Holy Moses.
This is awesome.
Mm-hmm. We should have just. There you go. It
I
works.
love it.
Has that worked or not?
It's
Is it?
better. I
It's
like it.
better.
Yeah.
Has
The
it
N and the
worked?
G are still backwards,
Oh,
but the A's right.
pff.
It's in the right spot now. Just the letters are still backwards.
It just knocked it off the
It's
wall.
been
No,
angified.
no, it's been angified.
Now it's agified. Oh
That's
man.
right.
That was cool.
Now we're
I
just fine.
tried. I tried. Now it's
I
just
love it. That's great.
It's the thought that
Why?
counts. It really
Why?
is.
Why?
I love it.
Spent so long on that sign for you. Yeah.
That was funny.
So, Evil Cathedral, I have to ask, where did you come from with your music and your inspirations? What was mom and dad doing when you were in the womb?
I don't
They
know.
were. Well, I'm from England, obviously. I'm from an area in Oxfordshire. Do you guys know where
A
Oxford
little
is?
bit.
A little bit?
No.
Uh-huh.
No, they it's okay, what about okay, you wouldn't know that. So yeah, I'm from near a place called Oxford.
I know
And
where London is.
everyone out, so you say you're from England, it's like, oh, you're near London?
Is
It's
it
like,
near
no,
London?
no, no.
Is it
It's about an hour's train ride to London.
okay, so
I
is
mean,
it
an hour's not
north
far.
or is it
It's
north or
kind of
south?
it's down, it's
Sideways?
south, it's south,
Okay. So you
it's down south, not quite as far down as London,
okay.
but it's above there. And yeah, I'm just just from a little town, really, and not a lot happens there. So you know,
You have to make it happen.
you have to make your own excitement by creating a world inside your head, and that was music for me. So yeah.
Did mom and dad listen to music or play any instruments or uncle? Like,
No, my
never.
dad was a rocker. He had
Okay.
long hair. He had a long feathered earring.
I remember those days.
Yeah. I mean, you should find yours out. Yeah, he had a leather jacket, a motorbike. Favorite band was AC/DC.
Oh yeah.
But apart from that, no one else in my family is musical. It's just weird how I was the only one who sort of gravitated towards it. But there you go. I guess I'm the enigma. I'm the other one out, which I don't mind
Right?
really.
You're the
It's good
green
to be.
sheep.
I'm the green and yellow sheep. Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Green and yellow.
Green and yellow sheep. But yeah, but I just love music as you
Did
guys
you
do
get
as
involved
well.
in music in school?
Do you know what? I remember this horrible memory of me singing in front of the class.
Ugh.
And I was the only one who took part in singing in music when I was at secondary school. And everyone was just laughing, and I still kept going. So I'm surprised I still carried on with singing after that. But I just carried on, kids are mean at that age. So I was like, they're just being mean, like you can do it, even though I probably did suck, I was probably about 12. So,
Okay.
but yeah, as I got older, I just thought, yeah, I'm not too bad, I'm not as bad as I thought I was. Hopefully you guys agree with
Absolutely.
that.
Did you play any instruments?
Yeah, so I took piano lessons a very, very, very long time ago, and I forgot most of it. So now I play by ear and I play what I know. But yeah, so I do, yeah, just keys. I'm trying to learn guitar at the minute,
Okay.
but the strings are terrible, so I need to buy some
tough.
new strings. And
Hard.
it's weird. It sounds really crap. Like I started to play a few chords, and I had a friend come round. I was like, "Is it me?" And she's like, "No, your guitar is just terrible. Like you need to buy like a good guitar."
That's a
So
thing, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. My dad bought me my first guitar when I was 15 and it was terrible. And
was
he,
it?
he was yeah, he was hoping that I wouldn't play and it sounded bad. And I just kept it up. I was like, well,
Yeah,
And finally, for Christmas, I was like, well, this crappy guitar. Let me get a new guitar. And they're like, are you
Yeah.
gonna play it? And I'm like, come on, just drove them crazy, basically. And they bought me a
Yeah.
really nice guitar, so they
Oh,
kind
that's
of,
cool. You
yeah,
wormed your way in.
yeah, they fostered it for me. And honestly, what you said is so true because it's hard as hell to learn how to play. I mean, you
It's
got to
so
put a
hard.
lot into it, and
Yeah.
I don't have the
Yeah.
patience for anything anymore, and I don't know how I did it as a teenager
Yeah.
because I'm terrible.
Mm.
I'm the worst. I was the worst. Anyways, yeah, I
You know.
sympathize with you there, but yeah, stick with
Yeah.
it. I mean, as an
I'm
adult,
gonna
I
give it
think
a go.
it's a lot easier to.
It's my New Year's resolution for next year is to play a fucking song on that guitar.
Awesome.
Nice. I like
If you ever
it.
need any help or anything, I'll be glad to,
I
be a
will
nice
take you
guy.
up on that
So
offer.
for
Yeah.
sure,
I was
for
just gonna
sure.
rely on YouTube, but yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'll
I mean, you
I
can ask me
hit
direct questions.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll come to you, buddy. And then yeah,
This guy again.
we'll make a song together. It'll be all
That
good.
would be great. I love that.
Shall we
I'm
do
all
that?
about
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, that is definitely going to be
That's
an
what I'm about.
evil. That's going to be a big evil piece between
Oh
you
God,
and
yeah.
Jason, and then if you add Wall into it as well.
I can get Wall in there.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Bump
He's
his
never
butt
leaving
there.
me. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's never leaving me.
He's a
I'm
fun
so lucky to
secret.
have him. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's never leaving me. Actually, weirdly, I've never properly spoken to him like this, but we text each other quite frequently. So it's great to have a friend from
Yeah.
Band Lab that you just speak to, like, hey, how are you? How was your day? If you're having a bad day, talk to me.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And then he does awesome guitar for my songs. So
Yeah, he does.
I can't lose him. Don't want to lose him. Yeah.
Is that how you guys write together?
Yeah,
Or do you mostly write and
I mostly write. I program everything, and then I ship it off to him through BandLab,
hmm
and then he puts his ideas down and sends it back, and then I basically don't have to do anything else.
Yeah, Wall's a good guy, man. I've been friends. He's one of the first people I met on BandLab,
No way.
and he just reached out to me, and God, we've been friends for about 2 years now. I
Yeah,
talked
I
to him.
think 2019 is when I spoke to him. I think.
Yeah, I think
He
I
said,
met you too around the same time. You were
I
also one of the
think,
first people that I
yeah,
met
I
on
remember
BandLab.
that. Yeah,
And
I
back
remember
then, I
that.
think we communicated a little more because I really didn't know anybody. I was like,
Mm,
hey,
yeah, same. You don't know how to start, really, do you?
yeah,
But
exactly. Now I
after a
feel
while, you
bad because
just.
there's a lot of people that I just haven't talked to in forever, and I'm like,
Mm,
they
yeah,
haven't put out anything, and I don't know if they're active, and so I'll send them messages, and
yeah. That's the thing, isn't it?
yeah. But this is
what
always
made
the
you
best,
find
though.
BandLab?
The communicating outside of
How did
BandLab.
I find BandLab?
Yeah. Was it due to COVID and kind of being in and searching around or
I think I just searched for some sort of music social site,
okay.
and then it just came up, and then instantly just got involved.
And got
Put,
addicted.
got addicted. Yeah,
Yeah.
put out like all the crappy demo things I had lying around. Yeah, just chuck that out because it's better to have a profile with some kind of music on,
Content
whether
is always better.
whether it's really like bad or whatever. But like when the levels are all
Your
off
music
and
was awesome.
vocals are really quiet in some places and music's really loud in some other places. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
you got to just keep plodding along, really.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
Like I said, if you're not doing it for money, then you're doing it for fun, and those are
Exactly. This
real
is
only.
what I do for a
Good
hobby.
for
Like
you.
Yeah.
It's your
my normal
medicine.
job is very structured and stuff, and I come home and I can just make music for fun, and it's just nice to have feedback as well, because
Yes.
Mhm.
if the songs are sat on your laptop collecting dust, like what's the point of making them in a way?
Yeah.
I mean, you can listen to them for yourself, but you got to take the
Yeah.
plunge and just throw it out there and see
Oh yeah.
what people think. And not everyone loves
Yeah.
it, but who cares?
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone's a critic,
Yeah.
so that's
Exactly.
it. So who
Exactly.
cares?
Yeah. Who cares? You gotta just be like,
I care about
whatever.
my friends. I care about the people that I care about,
Exactly.
and
Yeah, man.
even then, I don't invest that much into it to where I'm like getting offended. It's like my friends in real life that I play
Yeah.
in bands with.
Yeah.
I want the input, good or bad. I want them to tell me, hey,
Yeah.
that chord
Yeah.
isn't so good, and I never take offense to my friends.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Yeah.
you're right, you're right.
Yeah. I think in the beginning, I got so offended if someone's like, "Oh, that bit's not very good," but now I'm just like, "Yeah, you're right." Let's change that. Yeah,
It's part of the cycle. It really is. I mean, it
it's the
comes
same for
from
everyone. Yeah,
yeah, it comes from not being able to communicate with people, and so you kind of
yeah,
automatically go there. But if if you're in the same room with these people, it would be a lot different. You would be like, oh
yeah,
man,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
hmm that's why I like that.
Yes, yes. Now, where do
Oh,
you
okay,
see
Andrew.
yourself going in the future with your music? Just hobby,
Ooh.
or do you see yourself performing in the future?
I mean, I used to
Or
perform
flip
when I
again?
did music at college. We used to have live performance every Friday at college. So that was about 10 years ago now. I haven't played a show in about 10 years. But maybe one day, I don't know. I think I'm more of a songwriter. So any chance to create a song and just throw it out there, I will. But live performance is scary, but it's fun. And obviously I need a band really, and that's no one's around here to do that for me. So I'm not going to rule it out, but yeah,
Yeah.
maybe for now stick as a hobby. But it's a hobby that I am always constantly thinking about, even at work. Like maybe I should put another song out, or no, give it a
Yeah.
few weeks.
It's a serious
But
hobby.
Yes. A serious hobby,
so
yes.
serious, yeah. It's just yeah,
That's what I
so
always tell them all
serious,
too.
so
It's a serious
serious.
hobby we've got here, guys.
That's
It's
right.
gonna be trouble.
Is this the right one?
That is, yeah, that's the latest stuff.
Yay.
Any tracks you want me to
Yeah.
listen to?
I mean, I like
Actually,
sing.
first, can you tell me how the album came about?
This came about when I was away. I forgot where it was, somewhere abroad, and I was reading this article about this fish. It's really stupid. They found this fish that lives in the very bottom of the ocean, and it's so black. It's called the Vanta Black. And then I googled it, and I was like, that is the most disgusting looking fish ever. And then I thought its eyes were crazy, so I thought Eyes from the Vanta Black would make a good album title. And then I just pieced together some songs that I wrote and just chucked the name Eyes from the Vanta Black over it.
They took
And
that name. Scientific community took that name, and now that's applied to the most black color that we have.
exactly, yeah,
Yes,
the
I
Vanta
saw
Black.
that. I saw that name, Vanta Black, and I was like, what does that mean? And
Yeah, I was intrigued as well.
Uh-huh.
And then
That fish looks like a ball of jelly, weird
yeah,
old
it
like.
looks disgusting. And then I just had images in my head of like if you was down in the bottom of the ocean
Ooh.
and you saw that, it would just be terrible. So let's make an album, under that name.
That's really cool.
And actually, yeah, the last track is more
Eyes
of
of the Vanta Black.
yeah. So it ends with that, but it's just a collection of just songs that I wrote with Wallace, and then actually one of them was on my laptop for about nearly 15 years, probably, I'd say. Wash It All Away. That's a mega old song. So I thought I'd just chuck that in there, But yeah, I really like Seeing Is Believing. That's one of my favorites. And Within the Parallel as well. And Fire from Heaven is also a favorite. So you can play whatever you want.
Yeah, do you mind if we
Let's go for it.
Jam it
wanna
out.
listen to a track, Andrew? Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm not. You guys hear the sound?
Sounds great.
Okay. You know, it reminds me of Muse, and I fucking love Muse.
It's got a little bit of a David Bowie kick to it too,
Ah, nice.
or Billy Idol.
Ah, yeah, Billy Idol's a
Idol.
legend. Such a legend. So dramatic.
Killer, man.
That bit, yeah.
Badass.
It's so dramatic and over the top.
Ah,
So that's you on vocals, right?
Yeah, man.
That's really good.
Thanks,
yeah, it
buddy.
is.
It reminds me of Muse. You like Muse?
I don't have anything against Muse,
Okay.
but I know who Muse are. Yeah, that's cool.
I just like the
Is it
electronic rock.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
the
do like an
electronic bit.
electronic rock sound.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm
yeah.
a sucker for it, and there's not a lot of bands that do it. I don't know why I always go to Muse. It's probably not the best example, but I always think of them.
But no, Billy Idol. I'd never noticed that until you said just
Billy
now.
Idol.
I was like, yeah, we're the rebel, yeah, yeah.
That's
such a-
right. Yep, that's what I heard in the beginning with the music.
Maybe
Yeah.
subconsciously I was thinking of that. but
Hey,
that's,
have you ever seen Billy Idol before?
No.
No.
I
Is he still alive?
Now I'm
Yeah.
jealous, Jason.
Is he
No,
still
I
going?
accidentally lucked into a Faith No More and Billy Idol concert when I was a kid, and I was like,
Okay.
oh my god.
Nice.
I never, because I'm not a, I mean, I'm a fan, obviously, but like,
Yeah, man.
Billy, who's gonna pay the money to see Billy Idol? You know, it's kind of like a kind of older, you know. We're into the more hip
Everybody
stuff.
wants
Billy
to
Idol's
go
from
see
the
Billy
80s.
Idol.
Big up Billy Idol.
He was really good though. Great show. For an old
awesome,
man,
man.
right?
I mean, yeah, how old is he now? Should I find out how old he is?
Older than he's in his 60s. I know that.
60, so we'll go, yeah, 60
Yeah.
something.
Ah, he's still young.
He's still.
Yeah.
I mean, 60's not old.
Ozzy's my idol,
60's the new
and he's
50.
still going, even though
Exactly.
he's had
Love
some
Ozzy. I saw Black
bad
Sabbath.
debuts here lately with the Parkinson's and everything. He's coming out with a new
Yeah,
single.
bless him.
I'm like,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I was so lucky. I managed to see Black Sabbath's last ever show in
Oh my God.
in Birmingham. My best friend, he absolutely loves Black Sabbath. So we went to the very last show they played from there, and they're from Birmingham. So we managed to see them in, you know, where they all started, and it was
really great.
I mean, he's so good live, Ozzy. I think everyone has this idea that it's going to be
Love him.
crap
Oh, no,
because he's a bit like this, isn't he? But his
Aw.
voice was amazing.
His
voice
stage
was amazing.
presence isn't the greatest. He kind of just
No,
wanders
but-
around a little bit, but who cares? He
He
sings
can,
for 2 hours.
I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
The voice is there, so who
Never
cares?
loses his voice. He's a super
No.
pro.
He's so good.
He's one of
And,
those
yeah.
performers you never hear him canceling shows because he doesn't
No.
lose his voice. He never
No.
gets sick, and when he does, it's a big
Yeah.
thing because
Yeah, poor Ozzy. You know,
strong.
hopefully he's okay.
Just imagine how strong he is, drinking, doing drugs for years. Like, nothing
Yeah.
to kill the dude. He could have
Yeah.
been an Olympic athlete or something.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Big up
anyways,
Ozzy.
I want to listen to another song. What do you want to? Fire from Heaven, you said?
Far from
That's
Heaven.
a good
Yeah.
one.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you like that one, Anne?
I like that one. Yeah. Wash
like
It All
it.
Away is really good. Yeah. I love it all.
I love that. It sounds really good. Production.
killer track.
Very
I
nice,
love
man.
that
That's a
one.
that was such a pain in the ass to make that song. But I was
Why?
determined to make it. It
You got a
was
lot going on.
it's so much
Yeah.
going on, but I just
Hmm.
when I took something out, I was like, no, I need it in there. But how do I do it? But I was lucky. This guy came to me. This guy called Toby. He's a master. He masters songs for people, but he does it for people that are more into like trap electronic music,
Okay.
which is cool. But he came to me. He said, "I'm so bored of mixing trap music for people," and that he liked my sound. And he said, "Oh, I'll mix you a song just in my spare time at work." I was like,
Oh.
"Please take this song because I can't deal with this song anymore." But I love the song. You know, there's a lot going on in it, but I love it. So
Yeah, it's really nice.
I had to put that out on BandLab, see what people
Oh,
thought.
yeah.
So
Very cool.
yeah, man. Time for another beer.
Yeah.
And wash it all
Caffeine.
away.
I got caffeine anyways.
It's the evening here, so you know,
Yes. Kick back.
why
down.
not?
Yeah.
Why not? Oh no, we got a spillage. We got a spillage.
Oh no.
Hold on. It's all good. It's all
Inevitable.
good.
As the night goes by. Tragic but inevitable.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're all good.
So yeah, I was listening to that song, and there's a part in there that I know you agonized over, because when I heard it, I was like, "Oh my God, so complex, so good."
Mm.
It's where the drum kind of kicks in at the end. It's like a double.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, oh, and it's really good. But I like having that in mind, what you said about being critical. I was like, oh my God, this would have killed me. This would have shelved it for me. I would have been like,
It was a headache, but you know,
it sounded great though. That's
I love the melodies. I was really proud.
emotional. Like you went.
Yeah, and I
to
managed to get that through, luckily, because it doesn't always happen that way.
I
But-
like songs that are hooky and catchy. I like
Yeah.
to be reminded of things.
Yeah.
and it's not a thing in extreme music usually.
It's
you
not,
know?
no.
But
Yeah,
it works really good.
Thanks,
with what
bud.
you're doing. Yeah,
the chorus, the fire from heaven.
yeah.
That was complete. That was a completely different chorus for probably about half a year.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, this chorus is shit, like the one I had. And then I was just listening to it in my car, and I had the instrumental just on loop, and then it just came out.
Click,
And then I recorded it on my phone, like da, 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 da. And then I think it's catchy, you know.
It is.
Yeah, you know, people seem to hum it, so it's all good.
Mhm.
So yeah, thanks for playing it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You deserve it.
Thanks, bud. Picture Perfect is another favorite. If you want to get that, let's get the metal back. You know.
Yeah, let's bring
back the metal. Yeah.
Bring it back. There.
Oh, Wallace.
Yeah, I've been bugging him for so long to try and get his guitar song. I have a Line 6 pod. I almost got it.
And fade out.
Really good, man. It made me feel my own thoughts. I'm gonna give that one a like since I did. I'm gonna go through all these songs later too.
Thanks, bud.
I will listen to all your songs, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. No, you deserve it, man. I like
Thanks,
it.
bud.
Absolutely.
Not that
Thanks,
you deserve
guys.
it. I like it.
I
That
love
means
it.
more,
This
right?
is awesome. That's
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
thanks, guys. This really means a lot. It honestly does. It really means a lot because you don't know what people are going to think. So to
Yeah.
have someone say, yeah, that's cool. It means the world.
Isn't it cool? You gave me goosebumps.
Say, I got introspective there for a second. I was
Yeah.
like, wait a second, this stupid song making me think. Like, God dang it.
Yeah.
That's when you know something's good.
Yeah.
Like I get outside
Thanks,
of myself for a
guys.
second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's sort of based on how social media, mainly Instagram. You're going through it and just everything looks fucking perfect, doesn't it? And everyone, I mean, I've used a filter before just to make me look good in a picture.
Mm-hmm.
But then you just realize like it's not actually real, and then you realize you're scrolling through like this whole fucking lie, and I got really sick of it. It's not just it's just every sort of man and woman like
Quest
they
for
just,
perfection.
they just look perfect, and then I just got angry, and then I wrote that song, and sell your soul to be brand new. And I was kind of happy with that because the brand, how people like get sponsored by brands as well.
Yeah.
Like, sell your soul to be brand new.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yes, that's a good line. So, yeah.
Clever.
Yeah. So yeah,
Good.
thanks.
Everybody- yeah.
I'm glad you like that one.
What is a good song without a lot of metaphors and puns and
Exactly.
clever wordplay and
Exactly.
I fucking love it. Everything.
It's like
beats
Wash
for
It All
me.
Away. That's one of my favorites too. To the
That's
Bitter
the
End's really
slow
good
one.
too. To the Bitter End's really good too.
I really like Beach Streams, but you guys play what you want. The one after Beach Streams. It's a bit of a different vibe.
You guys excuse me for a minute. My brother just sent me a message. Said something about my mom being in hospice.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you go.
I'll be right back.
You go.
Can just kick us fucking hair. Fuck yeah, dude. Wow, fucking killer, dude. I like that a lot.
Thanks,
There's a
man.
shimmer going on. I like that shimmer thing.
Yeah,
I,
it's cool.
there's stuff in there that when I hear it, I'm like, how the fuck does he do that? Yeah, that's when you know it's good.
Thanks,
Was
bud.
there a woman singing in there?
No, there was a sample. So there's this film I
Sample?
absolutely love. It's called The Craft. It's a
Okay.
really old film from the 90s about
I
witches.
know it very well, yeah.
And so there's a moment where
Hey,
she.
we are the weirdos, mister. That's
Yeah,
like
that's the one. So that's
me.
her.
my
Yeah,
life, dude.
yeah. So I love that movie growing up.
Like,
There's
I
a
can't go out of the
scene
house
when.
without
Yeah,
that happening to me.
yeah. So
What
there's a
scene?
scene in the movie where she's walking across water,
Yes.
and she's gone absolutely batshit crazy from all this power. And
Peruse the ball,
she's
correct.
like, all these sharks start like appearing on the
Yeah.
beach. And when I was writing the song about beach dreams, it's about someone who's like lost their lover out at sea. It's just like a story I made up in my head. And but then I had this image of that movie where all the sharks are on the sand, and then she's gone like, I can feel you in me. It's just,
Yeah.
she's absolutely batshit crazy, but I just put that in there. Why not?
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Just to add to the image that I had in my head when I wrote that song. So
yeah, they remade that movie too, didn't they?
They did. I didn't watch it.
I don't watch.
Sort of in protest of no, it's not going to be as good. So
I always reserve my judgment until later. I'm like, I'm not going to watch.
Exactly,
Point Break,
man.
I still haven't watched. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not a point.
I mean, I'm sure there are remake films.
There are
that are
but,
good.
You know,
but you can't
give
beat
it
the
some
originals, man.
I got to get over my love of the old one first.
Exactly, man. Exactly. But yeah, I'm glad you agree.
Yes, I'm not above that. You know.
Nah.
Because there probably are some. Oh, there was Friday the 13th, the 2008. I thought it was pretty good. It's pretty silly.
That was good. Yeah, that was. I remember seeing that. That was good, man.
Michael Bay did that.
That was good.
That's so weird.
I tell you, one of the worst remakes was. Have you seen the original Poltergeist from the 80s?
Love it.
Classic film. Scared me shitless as a kid, especially the clown. That's horrible.
Yes.
So they remade that film.
Yes,
2015, and it's terrible. It was so bad. It was so bad.
With what's his name? And he's not a bad actor, but he's not a leading man actor.
Yeah, it wasn't so much the actors; it was just the story.
Yeah, they changed the story.
They changed it. I mean, yeah,
cut out some of the cool iconic stuff, like the guy with the chicken sandwich where he's eating maggots in his face or whatever.
Yeah,
that was gone from there. And
yeah, I remember as a kid, I had to hide away And you know the bit where he peels away his face?
Yeah, that's the one I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I had
he's like,
to,
he's
I had
like,
to look away at that bit, man. That
yeah.
was bad.
I'm a big horror movie fan, so I love them all. Like,
Yeah, me too, man.
I love movies.
What's the best horror movie you've seen this year?
God, what did I just watch? God, probably nothing so
I've
far.
I
I
haven't
like,
seen a good horror in a little
yeah,
while.
it's been a while. I liked Squid Game. I watched that recently.
Yes, binge
That was
that.
really
That was
good.
good.
Yeah, me
That was
too.
really good.
Angie told me, she's like, you should watch this, and I was like,
Yeah,
the waiting period.
yeah,
I always do that. I'm like, the waiting
yeah.
period. I'm
Wait for
gonna,
the hype to die
yeah,
down. But that's like Netflix's biggest show ever
yeah,
in the history of Netflix. It's crazy.
yeah.
It's a
I
good
still
show though.
haven't watched Dune yet.
No, I want to though.
Yeah.
Do you know there's so many films I want to see that have just come out,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna have enough time to
No,
see
I
them
never
all.
do.
There's a new Matrix film coming out, which I'm desperate to see,
Yes.
and I'm a massive, massive, massive Resident Evil
Oh,
game nerd.
cool. Yeah.
And the new movie comes out next month in England, so I'm excited for that as well.
I got a
Anything
friend.
Resident Evil, yeah.
I
Carry
have
on.
a friend. He's really into Resident Evil too. He's one of the guys I do
I
the
love
show
Resident Evil.
with.
No way. Tell him that Evil Cathedral. My name's Tez, by the way.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely loves Resident Evil.
I'll tell him to friend you.
It's the only game I play really on PlayStation.
Yeah,
I mean, any Resident Evil game, I just play them.
The other day he like spammed my Facebook with just chat messages for 2 hours about he was like, of course, Resident Evil 2 is good in its way.
Yeah.
He was debating.
Badass, man.
I thought it was so fucking silly. I baited him the whole time. I'm like, because I like Silent Hill out of all those. I think that's
love Silent Hill. Silent Hill 2 is amazing.
I'm a big video game player. I still play games to this day, and
yeah,
I loved Resident Evil. Don't get me wrong. I just haven't played one in a while, so I need to refresh that. And
I recommend the newest Resident Evil Village.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
Again, I was putting off on it because it's
so good.
Yeah, I've been into
so good
right now. I'm like I've been playing Battlefield. It just came out like a couple days ago, and
yeah, man, you do you.
You do you. Got a big old group of people that play too, so that's fun.
Yeah, it's more of a like a friends get together, isn't it? Battlefield. Yeah, so I can see the fun in that.
It's like a team, more of a team.
Like a team thing.
Yeah.
I hope Angie's okay.
I think she is. She would send me a message or something.
Yeah, go check your message.
Yeah. It is morning there, early afternoon.
Yeah.
He gets a lot of stuff done in the daytime too, so. But anyways, really great to have you on here, man.
Thanks, buddy. It's good to be on.
I talk to Wall just about every single fucking day too.
Good.
Busting, cutting up with him, and I send him literally every song that I do. I send him for his opinion, and
I send him stuff like every time I make something like make this better. Just make this better. Yeah.
Exactly. I don't there's a lot of guitarists, but I don't. Every time I think of a solo, I always think of him, and
he's just brilliant.
Mm-hmm. We have a lot of fun bouncing stuff.
I feel like if I went to another guitarist, it'd be like cheating. Do you know, we've made that many songs together.
Exactly.
Like, I'm not going to anyone else.
They'd
be wrong.
Don't feel bad, dude. I'm not cheating on you, man. Yeah.
Exactly.
So what kind of other music are you into? Or what kind of music
do you know, I love like early 2000s hard rock music.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I think it's because that's the music I sort of grew up on.
Right.
But I love industrial music as well.
Oh yeah. So Nine Inch Nails, I heard a little bit there.
Nine Inch Nails is good, yeah. I don't know if you know this guy, he's called Tim Skold. He used to be the guitarist for Manson, and he's worked.
Yeah. Yes,
he's
I've
worked.
Heard of him.
Yeah, he's definitely one of my favorite influences. He's awesome. But then, I love listening to like weird, creepy soundtrack music as well.
Aphex Twin?
Yeah, they're good. They're good.
Really, really strange, dark.
But then I'm happy to, go to out on a night out and just listen to some, electronic dance music and just have a good
Yeah.
time and stuff. So it's varied, really. I mean, and I like a bit of country as well.
Cool. So you're all around.
It's all around me. I mean,
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning, press play on my Spotify, and there's always music playing, and there's always a song for a certain like mood and stuff.
Yeah.
So any chance just to put a song on, really, I will.
Yeah, I like that too. Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I lost my train of thought thinking about different types of music. I was gonna say I only listen to heavy metal, but that's a lie. That's a lie. So you said you get up in the morning and you turn on music. I'm like, that's exactly what I do.
Yeah. Do you know? Yeah, I have to at least have a cup of coffee before I listen to heavy metal.
Yeah, there's a lot of times. I mean,
yeah, like I just
more than
I
a
need
cup
to
of coffee.
not have someone scream at me for a second.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes it's if you're outside of it too, it's like I get it. Like scary, but it is just music. It's not it's an art form. It's not. There's other forms of music that are a lot scarier to me than heavy metal,
Oh, definitely, man. There's some great like soundtracky sort of stuff, which is just really atmospheric. And
I've run into a couple people that are using their music to cater to extreme beliefs in real life. When I was younger, I met this guy that played in a punk band, and his sister, hit on me, and it was like impossible. Should have been a lot of red flags going off, but there wasn't. Then they invited me to their house to stay the night and to go to a show that he was playing the next day. And the parents were, I was 19 years old, long hair kid. There's no way that I should have been accepted the way I was, but I didn't.
Yeah.
They were so nice, and we went to this warehouse and there was a party going on, and there was no overt things going on, but as the night went by, they started bringing out like merchandise, and next thing you know, it was like a full-on KKK meeting. And they were recruiting kids, like
I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, it was funny now because I was so stupid. Like, there was flags everywhere, but I was so offended, and I just it's scary that there's people out there that use something that's so pure an art form for an agenda, and to me, it's like every time I see it, I try to strike it down or condemn it, because art is political, but it's only the politics that I attach to it. You find something different in it. So saying that it's this or that doesn't mean anything, but when you attach a direct intent to it and use it as a message instead of being the message itself, using it as a message for something else, then it's insincere to me. And
exactly, man. Exactly.
I ran into this black metal group, and black metal in itself is extreme, but modern black metal isn't that way. It's been so many years since all that stuff, but there really are people that they're like, they don't want me. They want my kids. They want my kids' minds. They want my kids to think that black people suck, and
that's horrible.
And, yeah. Anyways. I have to deal with that, and it's a buzzkill because I just want to have fun, man. I just want to,
Exactly. You can't be dealing with that.
Yeah. No. There's so many positive people out there. It sucks that that's a negative or trying to like cater to the hate, and
definitely, man.
We just got to be a light, for those that are unsure. This way they know there's strength in the numbers that we have and not in the weakness that they have,
Yeah, man.
Anyways, I'll fucking preach.
Stop preaching. Yeah.
God damn it. I'm in trouble now. You got some cool, you got a couple albums here. That's really cool, man.
Yeah, I put out one last year I had 11 weeks off work. It was amazing. So that's what sort of started the whole theme. But none of those there are my albums.
Oh, duh. No, I'm just,
But
But
should we play another song?
Yeah.
Should we play another song?
What do you want to?
I say Eyes from the Van to Black. That's a good
Gausina.
word.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I did hear this. I do remember
Oh,
this.
you did
I
hear
actually
it?
remember
Okay.
this song. Yeah, I was
Oh,
like,
good.
oh. Actually, also, Ian was like, covertly, once or twice, he sent me a mix and was like, what do you think? Not asking for me, not asking for me to change anything. Do I like it, Maybe it wasn't this song. It wasn't this song, it was another song. I do like this though. And I tell you what, my brother would love your music. I'm gonna turn him on.
Show it to your brother, man. Show it to your brother.
I will. Because he likes the kind of mix of like EDM and rock and metal and Depeche Mode, stuff like that.
Bless you, man.
Thank you. Sit by there. I do this too.
Lyrics, yeah.
Yeah, I forget to put them in the song, and then I'm like, God damn it, I'm not going to republish the song. I'll put them in the last comments.
Let's get creepy.
We're stopping now. Kevin always leaves like a nice critique. That dude was on a Zoom last night till 6 o'clock in the morning. Look at that. Hell yeah. Fade away.
And then it fades out.
Never come back again. I love that. I am
Fade
a
away.
big fan of words at the end of a song because I think it worms into your mind like the last thing you hear.
Yeah. And ironically, it's like fade away
Uh-huh.
and never come back
it
again.
works on some level.
Yeah, man.
Start it over. Play it again.
Play it again.
It's subconsciously
again.
telling you to play it again.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Thanks, bud.
So what time is it there right now? It's like 9 o'clock.
It is 7:30. So
Cool. Yeah.
on a Friday, so it's still early.
Good, man.
Thanks for coming online. I really appreciate it. I know you haven't had much sleep.
Oh no, I'm fine, man. I'm
It's,
fine.
Hi
it's cool.
guys, I'm back.
Hey, Ange, everything okay?
It's life.
Yeah.
She's all right. Yeah,
Oh, good. As
Yeah.
long as she's
she's all
okay.
right. It's
Yeah.
it's crazy. My brother lives in Massachusetts,
Yeah.
so he is several hours away from me. So I guess we get one of the siblings that send a message to the other one, and they're like, "Yo, Ange, what you got?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"I haven't heard nothing, so let's get down to the bottom of it, you know." And then,
Yeah.
so
But everything's all good. Yeah.
yeah, she's all right. She's got MS, lung disease, heart disease, diabetes, and things of that sort. Her
Mm-hmm.
oxygen's pretty well up there. They're giving her morphine, you know.
Yeah.
Yummy.
So it's just life. It's a matter of
How old is
time,
she,
and
Ange?
she's still walking around. So as long as
That's
she's
good.
still walking and talking, like I'm like,
How
bro, she's good.
how old
My
is she?
mom is 73.
Okay, just wondering.
So
Age is
yeah,
a factor, so the older you
yeah.
are, the less likely you are to live forever.
Well, on top of that, it's like ever since she got her hip surgery, it really affected her lungs, something with the anesthesia. And so when
Oh,
she came out of getting that surgery, she ended up on oxygen, and they told her she was going to be on oxygen for the rest of her life.
Shit.
no.
So, and she got that surgery 2 years ago,
Oh, so
Wow.
but
it's been a while then.
yeah. And at this point, since the heart disease and the lung disease and the MS, it makes it very
Yeah.
difficult on times. And her oxygen is just, their turn, they have to keep turning it up and giving her more. And eventually they can only go
Bless
so
her.
far, so out of 10,
Mm.
she's between a 7 and an 8.
Mm.
So,
Well,
circle
much
of
tougher
life.
with you, Ange.
Thank you.
It is circle of
Yeah,
life.
definitely.
But
I try to think the other way. I mean, I've watched
yeah,
a couple of my family members pass away, whether it was from cancer or car accidents. And I try to remember, even though I'm saying goodbye, the rest of the family's saying hello.
Mm,
to you.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So,
And they live
Well,
on in your memories. You can never.
they never
exactly.
leave. Like,
Yeah,
They never leave.
seriously, they come visit me. I can always like
my
pick
dad's
up
still
if
here,
there's like a smell, or if there's
smacking
like
me.
something that's just like you can sense, when you get visitors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
that energy is still there.
It's still there.
This body is just a capsule for
So
our soul.
thumbs
Exactly.
up.
Exactly.
Thumbs up.
Guys, I was
Thumbs
just going to
up.
go to the toilet. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Okay, cool.
Go for it.
See you in a bit, guys.
Okay, it's a thing.
Thanks.
Pat would say, I gotta go rock a piss.
Gotta go rock a piss.
He reminds me a lot of Ian of Wall, like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the
Yeah.
England thing, it's mannerisms and everything. Very polite.
He's awesome.
hmm
Vegan zombies
people,
like that too. And so
yes,
is Faye.
all British
So,
people have a
yeah.
really polite, pleasant way of talking to other people.
But the other thing is the people that are over there, I think they are just freaking hysterical. They
Oh
always get me
yeah,
laughing that my face
yeah.
hurts.
Well, they have a good sense of humor, That's that old wartime humor, through the face of adversity. They're getting bombed by the Nazis and they're like making jokes about it, Your
Right.
aim is off, you know.
Yep.
Gallows humor, a bit of gallows
So
humor.
I
Well,
just got back from my brother just finally responded back to me
oh man, how
because
often do you?
he was out on his motorcycle, and he's like,
Mhm.
"And it's freaking cold."
Uh-huh.
He's like, "Let me get inside and park this thing and everything." And he's like, "I'll get right back to you." So I've been waiting for like 10 minutes from him. But he's
Okay.
like, right. He's like, I figured you and mom both have my number. If something was real, one of you would have told me. And I was like, yeah, I would have,
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Still, 10 minutes is a long
and
time
I
to
was,
wait when you're like, call
I
me.
know, I know. Well,
Yeah.
like my brother, like he knows that, I tell him when there's family emergencies and things, but he knows like I've already, and he's 9 years older than me.
Okay.
And I've already like had to completely go off on him.
Yeah.
Like my sister, when she died in the car accident, like I watched her die in front of me. So by the time like that the ambulance made it to the hospital, she was already brain dead. Like she had already passed. Like her arms flew open. She took her last breath. I was right there. I watched it.
And when I called my brother, and like I said, he's in Massachusetts, I called him and I'm like, listen, you need to come down here. The family needs you. She's brain dead. Like, this is our baby sister. And he was like, oh, he's like, just give me a call in a little bit and let me know if she pulls through. Oh, what?
It's a bit of a cold-hearted thing to say, isn't it?
It is, but my brother was in the military, and he left when I was 9.
They can be quite stiff. Yeah.
He didn't understand what was going on there at all. He kind of disconnected.
No, my brother disconnects when it comes to any type of death.
Yep, a lot of people do. I see it all the time.
And a lot of that, I think, stems from like Desert Storm, though.
It's a PTSD
because when
thing.
he
It
was
could be.
over there, he watched his best friend and the guy, like he was living with this guy and his family in Texas. And when he went over to Desert Storm with this guy got pinned between 2 trucks and he watched him die in front of him. And then he had to go home and tell this guy's wife and child that, he wasn't coming home. He was sorry.
Yeah.
And then like
war,
2 years after that, 2 years after that, his best friend died. You know what I mean? And he had a really hard time with that. When our grandmother, was getting up there in the 90s, because she lived to 98 years old. And when she was getting up there, like he didn't want to see her because he was like, I want to remember her for how she was. He was like, I don't want to remember her as a 98-year-old woman. I want to remember her for how she was. And I'm like, that's horrible.
Well,
because the best conversation that I had with her, and she had a severe stroke. And so like she couldn't talk or anything, but the night before she died, I went to go visit her. And it was really weird to get the call in the morning because we had a great conversation. She was belly laughing and like the whole night. And she was talking before she had the stroke, like there was nothing wrong. Everything was coming out clear. Like it was fucking awesome. So I got a great memory that went with it, but
thanks, And. Buzzkill.
Oh, sorry. I know it's a buzzkill when you get messaged and be like,
good.
Mom in hospice.
You know what? It's great to talk about it because, like you said, people disconnect from death so much. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy.
Yeah.
It's part of life. I've never been that way. I've always been like the guy, even when I was a little kid, I wasn't afraid of the coffin. I've always understood that it's a part. It's scary to me too, but it's part of it. So a funeral is a natural thing. Today, my sister-in-law is getting buried. She died from COVID. She was 38. She died.
Sorry to hear that, man.
Ago. Yeah, and that's the 3rd person my brother-in-law's family to die. His mom died, his grandma died, and then his sister died. And all COVID because they're all they all have they have these conditions. She's obese. The grandma had COPD. Like if they were healthy, they would all be alive at this point. But again, really sad. And he's having a very hard time dealing with it. And I've been trying to talk to him a bit, but you can only talk to somebody so much. You can't make somebody understand or believe something they don't know on their own. And
it's a tricky situation, man.
It is. And so the best thing that you can do is just be there for that person and let them know that you're like, Ange, I'm here for you. Like, no matter what, I will always be an ear for you to listen to. And you know that.
Ditto, brother.
and me, Ange.
We all take advantage of it a lot, too. We're like really good therapy for each other. I bitch about it.
We are.
We got you. We got you.
Hugs for all.
That's right. Squeezes.
Oh, share the love, right?
Ooh, that's right. And I think that's, the thing that's been the best with us is because we all do support each other, not just with the music, but, personally and life all the way around.
You gotta support one another. So
we have a
you look after each other. Yeah. The Band Lab fam.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's got a good ring to it, actually. Band Lab fam. That's good.
That's right.
It's more than that now. We met on Band Lab.
It is. Yeah, now it's the Angified fam.
It's just everyone's been Angified. I don't know what she's given us. She's given us something.
Glitter.
We've all been Angified.
It's in the water.
She's put something through the internet and into our brains.
That's right. Make you laugh, make you feel, make you cry, make you tell bad jokes. I was watching DJ V Rap last night and the You Dad Me at Hello podcast.
Okay.
And since season 3, the guys have really gone ahead and changed their format a little bit, and they threw dad jokes in. And all I keep thinking to myself is, no, Andy, pass it on to Mike. Let Mike answer the question. Let him tell the jokes. Mike's awesome.
He sounds it.
Yeah. Well, all of those guys are.
I can't tell jokes. I'm no good at joke telling.
Neither is Andy.
Terrible.
No, that's the funny
I think
part.
what makes the best about it. Yeah,
Those
exactly.
guys are. I tell you what, those guys are. They are entertaining because, man, they always get me riled up because they're big.
Yeah.
The choices, they're like younger, like
and their music's
10.
great.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, super.
You know, RJ's got that boy band sound.
It's funny, but their opinions when they get together, I get so irritated. I'm like, oh, start yelling. Not yelling, but I'm like, oh, you guys. They start talking about what was it the other night, Ange? The movie, Boondock Saints. So
Boondock
they
Saints,
rocked
yes.
Boondock Saints like to the end of all their favorite movies. They did like a tournament kind of thing, one movie against another.
Oh,
okay. Put, like Boondock Saints against like, I swear to God, it was like Terminator or something. And I was like, this match I called, but I was like,
I'll be back.
I think it was Terminator.
Even so, Terminator is.
I mean, why would it not be Terminator?
Better. Yeah, but Boondock Saints, like, you can show a kid Terminator and maybe close their eyes a couple times, and it's not bad. It's very entertaining to them. They get it. But you show Boondock Saints to a kid, you have to make them wait in the other room the whole time, have earplugs because there's F-bombs, and not that I don't like that, but like that's a turnoff for your favorite movie. Yeah. It's a guilty pleasure movie. That's a guilty pleasure movie. That's the one you like. And then your friends come over and you turn it off real quick, and they're like, "What are you watching?" And you're like,
"Nothing." Yeah.
You feel guilty about it, but like you still love it. It's like Basic Instinct, you know.
Yeah.
You're like, it's a terrible movie, but like when Sharon's coming with her legs, you're like, ooh. And you don't want your friends to know because like
you don't want them to know. Yeah.
It's a dumb movie. Like you're only watching it so when she crosses her legs, you can get a flash, you know.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
All of the American Pie movies, they're all guilty pleasure movies because they're horrible. They're just like teenage.
Do you know, I have a really fond memory of the second one just because
they're great movies. They're great.
When I was like a young teenager, like you used to go around your friend's house, nickel their parents' beer and just watch American Pie. And listen to like punk rock bands. It used to be, used to be awesome.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That was the day, before so cool. The crazy internet. But yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
American Pies are bad. It's okay.
I love it.
I know. I didn't realize how bad the reunion was. Right. And I was trying to listen to it really quietly in the kitchen while I was making dinner the other day. Yeah. And I was like it's the in the beginning where he has this. No, it's the
rings in the poo.
The guy's in bed and he's got the sock because he thinks he's got some like private time, and then his kid comes in and the sock ends up going on his kid's head,
Yeah. Really...
And then he walks in to check on his wife and she's playing with the hose.
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta turn this because she hears one little thing of it, like I'm done.
Yeah, she'll be repeating it.
Oh, she'll be damaged.
I don't know.
She'll be damaged.
The Exorcist might damage her, but American Pie probably won't.
Yeah, but my kids like horror movies.
Even better. That's even better. That means
we sit back and we laugh at them because they're not scary. They're funny.
Sign of sure intelligence right there. When a kid is not afraid of a movie because they see right through it. That's
Well, I did that with them when they were my two older ones. I did that with them when they were younger, and we watched a thing of Jason Voorhees. Yeah. No, we watched Jason Voorhees.
Killed him. Yay.
Yes. but what I did was they had the behind scenes. So they showed how like they did the barn, how they did like the fire, like, the characters.
So it took away the magic.
Yeah.
So I showed that to them to make them realize that, this is all just a movie. Like we can be actresses too. So, like some of the phone calls I got, like The Grudge. Like my one
Yeah.
daughter would call and she'd leave the grunge sound on my voicemail.
Uh,
She'd be like, "Mom, hang up. I want to leave you a voicemail." You know?
Yeah, I remember.
So it became funny instead of them being scared of it, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Try
a
to
good
show
way to
them the
deal with
right
it too,
way.
Ange. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do love to be scared, so.
I love to be scared
I
too,
do
but
as
at least
well.
when they're that young, they kind of get like the feel for it being fake. And
Yeah,
then,
it's
you
more
know,
real.
like now, like you have movies like As Below, So Below,
Yeah,
like that one, and that's a real thinker.
I haven't seen
You
it.
I
know
haven't
what I
seen that
mean?
one. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's a real
I've heard of it
thinker.
though. I've heard of
Um,
it.
it's
Yeah.
definitely a thinker, and you know that can scare you because there
Right.
are some really deep truths to some of the stuff that they talk about in that movie.
Mm.
And so it's kind of one of those things. There is a difference between the fake and partial real, you know,
Partial real.
Sounds interesting.
partial real. Like Mothman
Midsummer.
Prophecies, like Mothman Prophecies is based on a true story
Mothman.
and true events,
Yeah. I remember reading
you
about
know?
that.
Yeah.
Guys,
That
it was
one did
actually
scare my kids.
That happened in Pennsylvania, I'm pretty sure too. Ange.
Yes, it did. Yes,
I
it
went and
did.
saw
That one
that.
did scare my
So
kids.
funny story. My
The
ex-girlfriend was all
Amityville
into
Horror
that.
too.
She was like, Mothman,
Amityville
it's
Horror.
real. And I was like, no, it's not. And then the movie with Richard Gere came out and she's like, we gotta go see this. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, we don't. This is not real. We went and saw it, and when we came out of there, I was like, all right, this might be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you know, like, it's scared you because you start questioning, like,
Yeah.
should I leave my light on tonight?
Yeah, no, I
maybe?
didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't say exactly that, but I said like, all right, well, you might have something with this Mothman thing. It's weird. I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but I'm not gonna write off anything because that's just stupid, you know.
Mhm.
It's silly.
It's craziness though that makes you think, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that thing is. I don't know. It's very bizarre.
I don't know, but I ain't looking for it.
Nope.
That's
Nope.
not even a
Yeah.
look
That would be
at
cool if
that,
somebody.
but if I see
You know, it's
something, I didn't see it.
it's almost kind of like the Bigfoot thing. You know, it could be real and it's probably not, but
It's
like,
not real.
yeah, Loch Ness
Get over
monster.
it. I
I
was
don't
in
know.
Scotland, so I was telling Ange I had
Okay,
loads
I'm
of
just being
weddings to
nice.
go
I'm a
to.
big old skeptic, dude. I mean, I'm an atheist, first of all, so I question God, right on. So I'm just trying to be
Right on.
nice.
But yeah, I was in the Loch Ness Lake
Yeah.
like a month ago, and I didn't see it, so you know, I don't think it's
No.
real. I don't
think it's real either,
it's
but
not real.
it's a cool story. I you know, I
But,
see things
yeah.
for what they are, you know. I
They
would go there.
certainly, you know, they get their merchandise,
Yeah,
you know,
I would buy a t-shirt. Hell
at the
yeah.
ready. I actually brought, when I was there, I brought this little sort of Loch Ness monster thing.
Like, yeah.
It's fun to pretend, you know.
I like
It's for
supporting
kids, but you
things
know,
that
I
I
don't care.
like, you know.
Yeah, man.
Anything that I like to support, whether it's silly
Yeah,
or
me too,
serious, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's art.
It's art.
This is like pop culture art too. It's like, just imagine
Mm.
coming up with an idea and having it catch on, and then people on its own, you know, taking the
Yeah,
story and like,
yeah, man.
I don't know the original story, but I know that somebody saw something there and it was weird, and now all these other people want to go there,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it's just bizarre.
I think it was based on this really bad picture someone had taken.
Yeah,
Maybe in like the 60s, maybe.
It's a head.
And
It's
it could have been anything really, but
yeah, it looks like a
somehow yeah, somehow we caught on.
It's like this little
Yeah, it's really shit. Yeah.
land of the lost.
what do
Like,
I-
Yeah. I'm a super huge skeptic, so a lot of my
Yeah.
I like talking about you know, I'm a realist too.
It's fun to discuss it and you know.
Yeah. Even religions, I like talking about it, but you
Yeah.
know, as far as my own beliefs go, and
Mm.
I'm respectful. I you know, I might laugh about something, but you know, I'm not. I would never try to disrespect somebody. Like, I know Angie and a lot of these guys are Christians, and I'm not gonna
Mm.
try
No,
to convert
definitely
them
not.
or you know.
Everyone's different, but it doesn't mean that we
Yeah, it's really cool sometimes.
can't all, you know, live under the same sun in
I
peace.
actually like it. I think it's a good dynamic because you need
is.
a little bit of dissent here and there.
Yeah,
Healthy dissent
definitely.
is, you know, is a good thing.
Definitely.
You need to question
Yeah.
things, you know.
You got to question things. you know.
Who are you?
Who the hell are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great though because we are all so different, you know,
Mhm.
and have different beliefs and everything, but yet
Yeah,
there's no
we get
issues.
along really good.
We get
Yeah.
along great.
Mhm.
We can talk about topics like religion and politics and not want to kill each other.
Sometimes.
Maybe next
Well,
week. Maybe next
yeah,
week.
yeah. A
Yeah.
lot of times we can. You know what I'm talking. There's been times that I get uppity, and we all get uppity. We're like, no.
Well, I think one of the nights I missed was the night that I like went off on like a 15-minute spiel about politics, and I'm like, "Good night, guys."
Yeah,
And
that
all
was.
I hear is Joe and Jason
Yeah.
and Tony were in there,
Angie
and
dropped a
Joe's like,
bomb.
"Wait a minute."
We were just talking
He's
about
like,
music, and she
"She
came in,
just
and she's
dropped
just
this,
like,
and now she leaves."
and then
Yeah,
she's
just like,
And then
yeah.
I think you guys debated for a couple hours on some
we
of the
did,
topics.
we did
Yeah,
a little bit because you
You
dropped.
left them thinking. Yeah.
I did.
Well,
I
you
did.
hit the hard spot right away, and we were like, oh god, we gotta bury the hard spot before we get
I'm
to the
gonna
fun
make sure
stuff.
you guys talk.
So I think it was like 10 minutes of me going, what the hell just happened?
I know.
I was serious.
She
I was
just,
like,
she
what
just
did
comes here and ruins everything.
I was like,
leaves.
I think she's sleepwalking. I was like, seriously.
Yeah.
She
Go
just
to
came
bed,
in and
Ange.
she's like, do you guys know that this is going on and this has happened? And by the way, this happened and this is going on. And then click. She was gone. No response. It was like, what the fuck?
Like a mic drop. Like, bam.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, it was
right.
the ultimate mic drop. It was like,
I'm out.
fucking- she dropped 2 mics at once.
It has
She was
been
just like,
Angified.
You've been Angified, bitch. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Hey guys, I have to take off. You guys are more than
Okay.
welcome to hang.
all right.
Tony should be up soon.
I doubt
I'm
that.
not
Oh, it's
sure.
Tony here.
It's getting-
It's Tony coming.
He should be up soon. I usually check him about 4:20.
All right. We'll play a
So-
couple more songs and call it a day. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ange. It was nice to finally meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You as well.
And
Anytime. This is the
yes.
same Zoom link, so this is the same one we operate on.
Yeah, you're more than
Yeah.
welcome to come
So
on anytime. man.
anytime.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll
We're here.
definitely come on again.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Anytime, just come
Yeah.
on and chat. Ask around if one of us isn't here. We
Definitely.
can get a
Yeah.
hold of
And who have you got coming on next time
Tonight?
for a chat and a listen?
you.
To me. Am I the last one this year?
Tuesday, I have Jake Zeke.
Uh-huh.
So I'll be doing an interview with Jake Zeke, and then Wednesday, Buckskin Whiskey.
Yeah.
December 1st, I have Chuck Z.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So end of the
Cool.
month, I have
Cool, man.
OB3.
Cool,
So
man.
I'm booking, but I'm also trying to, work other things in as well as we head
Yeah.
into the new year.
Cool.
So
Yeah. I'll definitely see you
it has
again.
been a pleasure meeting you.
And you,
And
and
I hope I see you again.
of course you will. Take care.
Thank
Bye.
you, you too.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
in a little while.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. She's lovely.
Great.
She's
Yeah,
lovely.
I've been on BandLab for a little while, and I was, like you, get up in the morning, turn on videos or listen to music, and I turned on YouTube, and there was like a live music show going on with this guy Steve and Angie, and I was like immediately was like, she's funny, she's like really engaging, but the show was really boring, and I was like, yeah, and this is like 6 months ago, and I'm not mean, but I was like, it's just my opinion. So saw her
Yeah.
again, saw her and the guy kind of arguing a little more and more, and it's like they were getting a little wedge between him. So I could tell it wasn't gonna last. I felt bad for her, and then I saw her on BandLab. She had a show like a couple days later, and I was like, whoa. So I started just like kind of lurking. I never really said anything, and like a couple weeks later, she sent me a message. I followed her, and she was like, we do this like a rock and roll show, but we're thinking about we want to do this metal thing, and your name keeps coming up, and I was like, no way, like seriously, like I watched you like recently, and I've been watching you, and she's like, no, so you kind of know what's going on. She invited me on just like
sort of
this.
like it was meant to happen in a way.
Yeah, we talked, and
Yeah.
she's all about like letting me run things the way I want to, which is the way it should be. That way we can keep the shows kind of a lot different from each other, and
Yeah, man.
and
I did. Yeah, I noticed that you started getting involved with
I love
Metal
it. It's
Mondays.
fun.
But it sucks for me because I have to go to bed at a certain time. So I always miss it.
I know.
But I know that you
we're starting
uploading them.
Yeah, we're starting to
Which,
redo them. Yeah.
So yeah, if you could, keep uploading them, because I like to watch them and stuff. But
we will. And
obviously, my sleep is more important.
Oh yeah,
because I have to get
that.
up. I have to get up the next day at stupid hours of the morning.
It's a big difference. You're almost at the dateline there too. So
it's crazy, isn't it?
It's almost as far as it can go.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, here we are having a chat.
Here we are.
Well, I'm having a beer. Have you had breakfast yet?
Not yet. I'm drinking an energy drink, kind of.
Okay. At least you're drinking something.
Yeah. I'm coffee. I have some stuff here I'm gonna cook, but I'm just give me a couple hours.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you, by the way?
I'm on the opposite end. I'm in California.
California, nice.
Yeah, so I'm right now it's 1 p.m.
That's like afternoon. You can have a drink now. It's fine. It's gone 12 o'clock. It's fine.
I don't drink.
Oh, you don't drink? Okay.
No, I can, but I won't, just because I was
fine.
a big alcoholic, and I'm better not drinking. I haven't drank in. When was that Guns N' Roses reunion? Was that about 2 or 3 years ago?
About 2 years ago.
I drank that.
Can't remember that.
I went to the show and I was like, well, fuck, I'll drink a couple beers,
Yeah.
Well, but when I was a kid, I had a real alcohol problem and, blackouts all the time. And a lot of my youth.
I've definitely been there. But I don't drink during the week. And as soon as it gets to Friday, I've had a long, busy week.
I smoke. So I don't.
Oh, you smoke? You smoke?
Yes.
Yes.
It's legal here, so that's my.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man.
So I already, the first thing when I got up, you saw me. I rolled one up and started.
Rolling it, why not?
But
why the hell not? Wake and bake, baby.
Yeah, well, I've been doing it for so long. It's just kind of like, wake and calm down, so I don't stress out the rest of the day.
Exactly. Yeah. Everyone has their, routine.
There's some days, Most days I won't touch it at all, but today, man, it's Friday.
Yeah. It's Friday, baby.
Yeah. So BandLab has brought us all together, and
it's given everyone lots of support, which is great. I've recently actually, have you heard of Reverb Nation?
Yeah.
You ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Just joined that. Unfortunately, I had to pay a fee to put my music on there because they only let you put songs under a minute on for free.
Right.
But all my songs like 4 minutes to 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fuck it. I'll pay the fee. And then it's just another website to put my stuff on and see if anyone likes it, But
yeah, it's worth it if you're gonna. I mean, I put my stuff on YouTube. I put a couple things on. Reverb Nation. No, what's the other one?
SoundCloud. I got SoundCloud. Got some stuff on YouTube. Reverb Nation, BandLab, Spotify, Apple Music.
I don't remember. I really don't remember. Yeah, actively. It took me to the Reverb.
I don't get half of it. Oh, Bandcamp. That's another one.
Bandcamp. Yeah.
Do not understand it. I don't understand it at all. I don't know how you operate it.
There's it's really simple, but it's like same thing. I had to have some other guy upload this.
I need like a masterclass. Yeah, you make some good music.
He made it look really nice too, and it sounds good. But when I
it's
play,
better than mine.
I cannot. There's no volume, so
okay.
Yeah, no matter what, I'm like, sorry, mom, or what,
Yeah.
But yeah, those are some of the ones. But I'm like you, unless it's hard. I don't want to. I'll pay the fee if I can get a lot of them on there or something.
Yeah. See what happens.
Yeah,
I may cancel my subscription. See what happens. Yeah.
Yeah. It's easier just to push it for free right now, and then
exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's all for fun anyway. So
I've had this tip jar thing open on BandLab for 2 years, a year and a half, or whatever. I've gotten a couple tips, but it's it's just for fun.
Oh yeah, there's that option, isn't there? I've seen people with that option. I don't trust it.
I got.
I mean, give me money.
Yes,
give me.
I got
give me
$3 and was
yeah.
like, yes, yes,
I've made it. Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
everybody, think about it. If everybody that really liked your stuff gave you $1, man, you could really like
Yeah,
quit
it'd be
your
good,
job,
man.
$20, $30 a day or something. Maybe you'd have
maybe not. Maybe not quite there yet, Jason.
Okay, $10. Everybody gives you $10.
15. Let's call it 15.
I mean, to be fair to a musician, right? Like, we do work very hard, so 15.
We do. We listen to that song 1,000 times to try and make sure it's okay.
Do you want to listen to another one?
Yeah, let's go for, because I know you like heavier songs. Let's go for I Don't Pray, number 2.
Oh,
let's go for that one.
Yeah, how did I not see that? Because I don't. I really don't.
Because you just don't.
I just don't.
Just don't.
I just, you know, if I was raised in a family that was religious, I would probably be religious.
It's so loud. It's so loud in my ear, mate. I can't hear. It's good though.
Hey, an episode.
It's a joint.
Here's a trick. No, later though, when you come back. Love you, dude. That was you doing the vocals again?
Yeah, all vocals me, man.
Fuck yeah. I like that.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, I really like that. Hey, did I not like this? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Tommy.
That's okay.
I like to do it when people can see it because it means more.
Don't give me that shit, man.
I'm all making it.
You were like 5 months overdue for that, like.
I don't know what happened. I think we were talking a
it's
little
fine.
bit.
Yeah.
It's
fine,
man.
man.
I got really busy, I think. And
It's
let
fine.
it keep going.
Yeah, just turn it down. I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah, There was a while I got turned off on BandLab because I wasn't getting it. Like I don't know. I had something in my head where I was like, "We'll all make beautiful music," and then it was kind of just like real, you know? Like like yeah, you only get what you put into it, and I was definitely putting a lot into it, but only for myself. And,
You've got some good stuff, man. I really like your stuff. So
yeah,
I'm a supporter.
we're all our own worst enemies, so for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like,
yeah.
I listen to some songs like, I could have done that better, but
it took a hard hit for me, and then I was like, I kind of fell into just hanging out with the same people and really not working on a lot except for my own music, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. I do like singing on other people's things, and I like working on stuff with other people, but
man.
I get a lot more out of myself.
Yeah.
The stuff I do with other people, I can just release. They can take it or leave it however they want. I get a lot more out of it there. I feel more fulfilled.
That's good, man.
I'm happy. I get a lot of that emotional.
Yeah, man.
That's the way it should be.
That's the way it should be. Well, I'm starting to write new stuff, so we should do something.
Keep me in mind, yes.
What would you have in mind, like if we did something like
more industrial, like
industrial, yeah, man,
yeah.
Yeah, the new stuff's got a bigger cinematic sort of vibe to it.
I do like the heavy crashes and things. I noticed you were doing.
Yeah, it's definitely more heavy. This
cinematic style.
Very, very, very cinematic as well. Very cinematic. Cool. When I come up with something, I'll send you it and then see what you're thinking and just have fun. Do what you want with it. That's what I tell Wallace. I send it. I say, I'm not telling you what to do. Just fucking have fun with it.
That's the best.
Just do what you want. Just do what you want with it and send it back. And it all comes back like so good. I'm like, oh man, you made this so good. So
yeah, he puts a lot of thought into it.
So we should have got him on. Next time.
Man, there's always next time too.
It's always next time.
It's always a building thing,
Yeah, man.
The last song that you did is just as good as the next one you're gonna do, and it can only get better from there. Yeah, I like this. I do like this kind of. This is appealing to me a lot. I like it's hooky and catchy, and there's some angst going on, some anguish.
I'm just so angry.
No, it's less anger. It's more disappointment
sassy.
in the world.
It's sassy.
Yeah, like anger.
Yeah, it's got a bit of
You're
attitude.
kind of yelling, but not. It's the feeling that you get from it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very melancholy kind of. Could be sad, could be mad, could be. Well, it's definitely sad though. I wonder what Ian's doing right now.
Beats me.
I bet he's drinking.
Probably. I can't be the only one.
Nope. Not at all.
Not at all.
Let's see. Send him a message right now.
Send him a message.
Tell him I'm on here with you. He's gonna be all, you're taking the piss.
What do you think? This is one of my favorites, actually. That next one.
Within the Parallel?
Yeah, I really like this one.
What's your real name?
Tez. T-E-Z.
So he knows you as that?
Yeah, he knows.
Okay.
Yeah. My name's not Evil Cathedral.
I didn't want to, I don't like doing that in real life.
That's cool, man.
That's why I always use my real name, because it's more professional and you can know me better as a person.
Exactly, man.
Brother, man, join us. I have a million things going on my computer at any given time. Who is Aardvark?
He's the guy who did the mastering I was telling you about. He did this one as well.
Very cool. He did a great job.
And he was planning to do every track on here, but his baby arrived, so he's busy being a dad. So I was like, just go be a dad. And he's coming back for the next one. So
yeah, songs will be waiting for you. Very nice. He's like, and I'm not going to answer. So what kind of equipment do you use? Recording.
I use Logic,
Okay.
Logic Pro. That's
Right.
where I learned it at college. So that's where most of my knowledge comes from. And now I just have like little synthesizers and
Yeah.
all that jazz.
Right. But you're using Logic Pro for the
Logic Pro,
yeah.
yeah.
That's very cool, man.
Thanks, bud.
I think Ian's using Cakewalk and I'm using Reaper, so we're all
Cool.
different.
It's all it's crazy, isn't it?
But they all work together, basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do.
I've used Logic before when my friends had it, and I used Cakewalk also. And
Yeah,
interface
It's
is
just-
a little different. That's all.
yeah. It's just what you're used to, I guess, really, isn't it? They all work great, but it's just what your
They do.
main thing is, isn't
The
it?
tools, right?
Right, exactly.
Tools of the trade. I got this Line 6 Pod Go. I've been using for my guitar lately,
Mm.
and Ian's got this Helix.
Mm.
It's like his is like the $3,000 version. Mine's like the $500 version.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Nothing wrong
technically
with
they do the same thing, but his is a little more complex. And so I
Right.
had to have him send me his settings, and I have to go through them by hand,
Yeah.
and then look at them and manually tweak them on my unit. And it's like, it's a hassle. I gave up already. I'm like, I got my own guitar. But I do love it. I've been like, I've been bugging him for years. Like, what? Like, help me. He's like, first get a Helix. I'm like, well, I got a Line 6 Pod, Can you help me?
Please.
It's funny, no
help
matter
me.
how much I bug him and like his sound, I always end up using something different anyway. I'm like, yeah, yours is cool, but this is Yeah, so the Metal Monday thing, it's fun as hell, but it really is. It's hard to do. It's a hard thing to go. What I do is I go through on Sunday. I'll hit explore and I'll click.
Yeah, it
on
must take
metal.
ages to try and pick out.
Oh God,
you
I
want,
just go
man.
through song after song, and there's so many mislabeled people putting their rap songs up as metal. and-
Yeah.
But man, there's a lot of people out there that are making some really good music, and
There is, and I'm sure
no one's
they,
listening. Yeah, no one's
they're
listening.
yeah,
they
but
want-
you're helping, people listen.
And I've already sang on a couple things with these people that have there was this guy in Indiana that was like 25. He was like, I love thrash. He's like really, really into the thrash metal scene from the 80s. And I'm like, that's me. So he's like, I'll just send you this song. And man, it was just brilliant. It wasn't production-wise the greatest ever, but just emotional feeling. And like he captured the 80s thrash sound perfectly. And so, And now he wants to do. He's like got stars in his eyes, and it was like a big morale boost to him to hear something that he'd done like fully fleshed out instead of just him playing guitar and bass or whatever. And that made me feel so good. Like I actually like helping people, and that's weird.
Yeah, man.
I don't think I'm like a super helping person, but I get into.
No, you are. Like, you really are, man. You really are. You know, you help people get their songs heard. Yeah, so you know you got to feel good about that, and you should.
Their songs, man, not mine.
I know, but you know, it takes a lot of admin, doesn't it? So
yeah, it is fun though, and I never thought really that I would be interested in that. And I think about it, I'm like, that doesn't really appeal to me, but I get something different out of it. It's weird.
I'm going to go for another wee.
Okay.
I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to grab one final beer.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez.
Hello.
Greetings. Take me back to where we were.
Where we were. Have you heard Steve Hatch?
I have, yeah.
He's brilliant. He's a great guy.
Definitely.
He's a lovely guy.
Weird, man. I'm on the West Coast here, and I'm 3 hours later than them, but I'm always the first person on. Usually, I'm one of the first people on here. It's like they, even though they're on the East Coast and they're 3 hours ahead of me, they're on my time, or even worse than they're on like Hawaii time. They're 3 hours later. And they come on later, and then they stay on later too, and it's like, I want to close this place down every night. Guys. Come on, man. I earned this. I'm the only one over here. No.
I feel for you, man. Yeah.
But it's changing my sleep schedule up a bit lately, and certain days especially. Something going on. We got the sirens rolling outside.
Nothing's burning down, right?
Had a couple fires here lately.
Have you?
Might be like an arson or something. I'm not sure.
Okay. Is your door locked? Nah, it's fine. It's fine. Is Tony coming on?
I don't think so. Angie said
it's too early. It's too early.
When I went to bed, it was like 3 o'clock, and he was still on, and that was 6 a.m. for him.
Jeez.
So if he got 8 hours of sleep, he still wouldn't be here until an hour and a half from now. But I mean, he's been known to come on earlier before. It is Friday.
It's Friday.
He lives in Maine, and it's like frozen wasteland. It's like the snow and near the Canadian border. north
Oh
of
yeah,
New York.
it's cool.
So right now, and he just said he had a big old blizzard the other night.
Really? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm so far out of that. I live in a big city, and there's.
I'm actually going to Canada next year.
Oh, okay.
I've always wanted to go, so I'm so
Yeah.
excited for that.
I have a lot of friends from there, and
Yeah,
very
it's just it looks amazing and
giant country too.
so it's sort of we've split the trip up into we're going to Vancouver first,
Okay.
do the city sort of vibe, and then off to Banff, do the lakes and the mountains.
Nice.
And it's not cheap, so it's a one in a
Oh.
lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make the most of it, man.
That's
And
great.
hopefully I don't get eaten by a bear.
No, not a bear.
No, okay. I'm going to take some like bear spray just in case.
They got some cool food there, man. I know that.
Have they?
Weird.
What's your
stuff.
favorite food? What's your favorite food?
Me? Not
Mm-hmm.
not from Canada, but I just like chicken.
In general, chicken,
Uh-huh.
like KFC or like a roast
Yeah,
chicken.
for I buy chicken and cook it myself, but I buy all kinds of. I like fast food. I'm not above it, but I try to stay away from it as much as I can. It's not like just a money thing. It's like
Yeah.
I had a health scare a couple months ago. I ended
Oh
up in
really?
hospital. Yeah, I got a stomach infection.
Oh
It
no
turned
way.
into an intestinal infection.
Oh man.
I lost 40 pounds in like 3 weeks.
I mean, at least you look good.
Wow. I'm still gaining it back. I'm really down on my weight. I'm still probably about 20 pounds light, and
Yeah.
no, it's just from bad eating habits and eating fast food. I went to this corner liquor store, like a corner market, and they
Yeah.
had like burritos there, and I would buy them all the time. And who knows, they're kind of questionable already.
Yeah. I do like a burrito. But,
Yeah. So just buy. They
You know
have
what
it
it is.
in the
You know
little
what it
cooler
is.
by the burrito, and who knows how long it
Yeah.
was sitting there. But I probably ate something bad, and it turned into, I just got sick from it, and then my body was so weak from me not eating well at the time and drinking a lot of energy drinks. I was missing meals, staying up a lot, and yeah. I didn't, I don't take drugs or do anything, so there's no reason for it, and yeah, fuck. And if I hadn't acted, I'd probably be dead right now because it was probably the
wow.
worst. Yeah. These guys all helped me out too because I was just so fucking sick, and they're just keeping my spirits up the whole time.
Oh. We're here for you, man.
Yeah. That was something I had to fight myself though. Like ultimately,
Yeah.
it was like it was really fucking devastating. They got me on morphine in the end. And, I just was like, had to force myself to eat. And, it was really bad, but fuck, I was thinking, if something
You're in the
happened
men now.
to me when I was younger, I don't know if I would have been strong enough to,
Carry on.
yeah. And oh my God, just think about the COVID thing too. If I caught COVID when I had that,
Yeah, you would have been screwed, man.
I am vaccinated. I'm a firm believer in vaccine. Not
Me
not
too.
a
I'm
firm believer, but I'm going to do my part. You know what I mean?
I'm a double vaccinated guy.
you go.
I can't stand the people that
Me neither.
don't
And
even believe it's a real thing.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, between us, there's a couple people in this group that aren't believers of what we believe in. They don't.
Okay.
They're not really science believers. They're kind of science deniers, and they're conspiracy thought thinking.
Yeah.
But don't let it
Yeah.
bother you. I'm the biggest liberal in the world, and I'll speak my
It's
mind
fine.
every time, and they know.
Yeah.
I got into a big argument about someone brought up racism, and it was a response to someone being kicked out of a store for not wearing a mask, and I thought it was completely ridiculous to. Anyways,
That
Tony.
sounds,
Yeah, we'll talk later. Our thing. Yeah, Tone. Wow, I'm really surprised, dude.
he just
I'm
wants to
super
meet
shocked.
me, man. He's
I was
such a super
saying
fan.
an hour and a half. His ears must have been burning, bro. I'm telling you. He was like, spider sense is tingling. Somebody's speaking about me. I must go online right now. Yeah.
Big
but
of Spider Sense. I'm so excited for the new
yeah,
Spider.
I went through all that, and these guys were all there for me, and we do have a lot of differences between us, but it doesn't come between us. We can talk about it most of the time without it being
exactly. I don't mind having a different opinion to someone,
yes.
but
It's
it doesn't
healthy.
mean that it doesn't mean that you can't get
Yes,
get
my
along.
opinion.
So,
It's not a fact.
I mean, we might agree on something different,
Yes.
but
I'm still
I
gonna
like
be
you,
your
Jason.
friend.
Plus,
Yeah.
me and you share the same birthday, don't we?
I was gonna say I just was looking on a post and Ian said happy birthday, and I'm like, my birthday's on the 30th. Dude.
Yeah, we both have the same birthday.
Oh,
hey, Tony.
You're in my fucking cool book, bro.
I
swear to God. This is Evil Cathedral, Tony.
Hey, Tony. How you doing, mate?
Hey, Cathedral. I'm doing good.
You can call me Tez.
Tez.
Call him
nice
Tez.
to meet you, Tez.
And you, bud.
Charge my fucking my headset.
Okay. Oh, I got the music on, so I'm gonna turn it off.
Yeah, turn it off for a sec. For now.
Morning. I was just saying you probably wouldn't even be on for another hour and a half because I know you guys were up late last night. Freaking Kevin.
The little guy actually got up.
Well, I know you would. We were getting stuff done, so it wasn't like it was pointless, Even with all my stupid heavy metal.
Oh, that stupid heavy metal.
Yeah, Tony. A couple times he has had to say like, Jason, dude, it's great. I love metal. I want to listen to it all night long, but literally it's 4 a.m. and can't do this anymore.
Yeah, you're like the guy at the party doesn't want to turn the system
It's honest,
off. Yeah.
man, because I get carried away. I will be listening to that until it'll be noon, and I'll be like, "Oh wow, the sun's up! I didn't even notice." Like,
well, we got 6 a.m.
6.
Yeah,
and the birds were singing, and the sun was rising.
The birds were already up.
Yeah. I didn't even do drugs, but yeah, I'm still up.
Never do. Don't need it. Once we start listening to songs at night, it's there. I mean,
it's so good.
We start talking, and next thing you know, I mean, it's worse after the metal show on Monday.
Is it?
Because I have a hard time coming down from that energy. And usually, it's just another night for everybody else.
You can't just go to bed straight away, can you?
Tony's just one of the diehards. He stays up late almost every night with me. So there's always
Tony.
There's always somebody staying up.
In fact, there's a lot of times when Tony's like the last of the Mohicans too. I'm like, I gotta go beat.
Last one standing.
Yeah.
So you got a chance to hear some of Cathedral's music?
Yeah, we've checked out most of them actually from the new stuff. But
this is the new album you were talking about?
Yeah, this is the one that's done for this year. So my theory is to try and do, I call it an album. It's a project really. Like try and do one every year if I can. So this one's done for this year, and then started working on the new one already. Which Jason, we've decided is going to be a part of. So we're gonna do something and then put it on Band Lab. Because he's a very talented man. So be ashamed.
So are you? Are you kidding me?
No, stop.
Me, you, and Ian will rule the world together, man. We're gonna take over this place.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah.
You guys are writing some incredible stuff.
Thanks, Tony. Means a lot, man. And thanks for coming on. Are you tired?
I turned my computers on. I got that message from Ann. She's like, "You better get on soon if you don't want to miss Cathedral." I was like, trying to turn on my computers. Turns out my headphones aren't charged. I'm like, I'm connected, no camera. Like the universe is against me.
Yeah. She had like a family problem, so I think she had to leave a bit early. But
she had to run.
She stuck around for a few songs. It's still good.
Yeah.
And it's nice to finally meet her as well, because we've been trying to have a Zoom chat for probably half this year. But I was saying to her, like, since everything's been opened up again, like I've had like 3 weddings, 2 holidays, business, work stuff, juggling life again. But I was like, no, we are going to have it today. And it happened. Yeah. So it's great to finally speak to you guys properly. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's good that you're getting back out there too, though. Like the music scene, I've been in fear of like it getting back to normal, and it needs to. The music
Yeah.
scene cannot afford to like stay lull for too long because it was already in a hard spot. It
It
didn't
was,
need
yeah.
to be like quarantined for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. And I've been through so many beers. It's such a Friday night. I love it. do you want to see all these beers I've had tonight, man?
I
Hell
forgot.
yeah. That's what Fridays are for.
I kind of wish it was like Friday night for you guys, but
It is.
It
Yeah.
will be. It will be soon.
It is.
I
It's
will
all
be
good.
caught up with you.
yeah, just watch this back later, and then it'd be like,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Exactly.
You can drink. You can have a beer with me then, Tony. I know you don't
Every
drink.
time you
Jake.
open one,
yeah. Cool.
so every time you drink a beer, I'm gonna smoke a joint.
That's what I
Exactly.
used to do.
I think I'll be like far gone way before you guys. I'll be like,
I don't know, man. I can smoke a lot.
Now you know me. It's like smoking cigarettes. Really, I think I've smoked more weed this morning than I smoked tobacco. Yeah, I'm actually gonna head to the store in a little while after we're done here.
To buy more weed.
No, to buy some coffee and some food,
Okay.
get my day going. Yeah, actually, for the night, I'm planning ahead so that I don't have to leave the house later. Do all this stuff in preparation so you don't have to do stuff later.
What do you guys have planned for tonight?
I have no plans. I haven't talked to Pat all week, so I think we already put the live show on hold that we were gonna do. I don't know. He might have something planned for him. But it might be a good idea to get a movie ready. Yeah.
Movie or worst case, man, I'll jam. I got
Okay,
no
yeah.
problem jamming online live.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can
as
do
long
something.
as we pace ourselves and you know, just bounce some ideas, we can jam for a couple hours. We just, we can't play like full blown songs, or we can get into grooves, but
Yeah, like we always
gotta
do.
let it
Get a feel of
pause
it.
and resync.
When me and you have been jamming lately, that's what we do. We just kind of do a riff or two and play, and then we stop and talk about it for a few minutes, and then
Band practice. That's what I call it.
Yeah, that's how I.
You know, like in the old days.
You can't really play more than 2-3 minutes because the conference starts to float. So better to write parts and think like, oh, this is gonna be a song. I'm gonna use this part, and what should we change to? That's actually my favorite part.
I could even record.
Yeah.
I could record now on the stream too, so that could happen too. I could be recording what we're doing or whatever. Yeah. You know, just thinking about it.
That's why I turned to record on the other night. I knew I was going to be playing, and if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna have it record because I forget that shit the next day. Yeah,
it's easy to forget a good idea. My phone is just full of random voice notes. Yeah. Some not good, but some like me really drunk in the toilet at the pub, and I'm like, nah, I've got a great idea, and then I'll listen back, but this is absolutely terrible. Like,
it's a lifesaver though. I mean,
delete. Yeah, but then again, like I've had a few good ones.
Not a lifesaver, but it's a handy tool to have because
it's a handy tool.
I wish I had recorded the other
anywhere, like you said, on the toilet at the pub. Sorry, Tony. Go ahead.
Sorry.
I said I wish I had recorded the other night. I had some words after the poetry show that were like my brain was in poetry mode, and I was sitting outside having a cigarette, and I was thinking these lines, and again I was like, oh, I should go in and type them, but I was tired. It was like 6, so
that was a good show too.
Can't be bothered.
Yeah, we tried a new format. It's a poetry, spoken word poetry show with Fan Lab Poetry and poetry.
Yeah.
The guy that's running it is Rumor Mill, and he's like,
Rumor Mill. Yeah, I know him.
Really
he's a nice guy.
Yeah,
really nice guy. Really nice guy.
Cool, real dude, and he's heavily emotional when it comes to poetry. So he gets all like cry.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah, so he's a fucking super cool guy to have as an idea for a show. It adds to what we already have. We're getting some really unique, kind of unified. We got Metal Monday. We got the spoken word thing. They got the IT thing on Thursday. We're pretty much filling up our slots now with really good
It's good.
You know, we're
So
working on a couple other ones too. We got a couple other guys that are they're really unique too. This guy, his name's Dick. We call him Uncle Dick, and he's like a
yeah,
kind of loud rock and roll personality,
yeah.
and he's really abrasive and like a howler, and super entertaining. And when he calms down, he's like a real dude. And he once he calms down, he'll start talking and tell you a story about something that happened to him when he's in the army or when he was a kid. And man, you literally will feel tears coming in your eyes for him
No.
because, yeah, he's that you connect with him that much. And so we've been meeting these really like, I would say they're almost performers. They're like almost entertainer, actor quality. They're
Mm.
just naturally good
Hey,
at being with
Pragna,
people and
the girl we met the other day,
uh-huh
was
from
one of the
India.
most incredible ones that Angie
Yeah,
has brought to us.
yeah, hell yeah,
This
she's
girl is
really
an
nice.
amazing composer.
Which one was that? I think she told me about that before our chat.
Pragna,
Actually,
Pragna, was that her name?
it could have
Pragna.
been that. It could have been that. Yeah, it could have
She's
been that.
she lived in Seattle. She's from India. Her parents are from
Mm.
India, and then she grew
The
up in
and she had
Seattle.
like a Wales song. Angie was
Right,
telling me.
that's her.
Yeah, I said as soon as she
She is super
finished talking
nice.
about her, I was like, "You need to send me that because that sounds
Okay.
awesome."
She
Oh, it's a beautiful song.
we had an
Yeah, I'd be
interview
really
with her,
interested to hear that.
and she like blew my mind. She asked us all, "What kind of music do you like?" And we were
Yeah.
going around. I said heavy metal, and she was like, "Oh, Metallica." She told us a story about Metallica playing in Delhi, and the
Mm.
fans got too outrageous, and they kind of rushed the stadium when they opened the gates, and
Mm.
Metallica freaked out and canceled the show because they
Oh
didn't want
no.
anybody to get damaged. And then they played the next night in the next town, and it was
I'd
like,
seen Metallica. They were very good.
yeah, and I didn't realize this girl that plays kind of, world folk, pop music would be into
Yeah.
Metallica, but she was
Yeah,
like,
Jason was like,
"Oh,
"You like metal? Cool
hey,
metal.
hey,
Check this
Kev."
out."
One of the
What,
things that she told me
you like Mel? Yeah.
that blew my mind was her favorite band is AC/DC, dude. And that's like
Mm.
universal. That's like me, you, Tony.
It
I mean, we
is.
all
Yeah.
love AC/DC. It's
Yeah,
like,
I
Yeah.
wouldn't have
oh,
called that
fucking
one.
AC/DC and Bon
Yeah.
Scott, bro. What's up?
I saw them live with my dad, who I told you earlier. It's his favorite band.
Yes.
We saw them. I can't remember what tour it was, but I'd never heard a more louder band.
Oh
Like
God, yeah.
it's like the sound engineer was like, "We're
Let's
going to
kill
turn this
some.
up a little
Yeah.
extra."
Crank
You
it
know,
to
Yeah.
as
11.
soon as they came on, it was like, I was
I
like,
think
"Whoa!"
let's see if
It's
we can
mad.
damage some eardrums tonight.
Yeah, I definitely was deaf. I
I
definitely
I've
lost my hearing then.
I've done that. I've been to one or two shows in my life that were just so loud, and
Iron
Yeah.
Maiden.
I've been to 1,000 shows probably. Like no
Iron,
shit.
Iron
Like
Maiden made me deaf for a day.
concerts and clubs
Yeah.
and no Pantera, typo negative. Pantera,
That would
Dimebag,
do it.
his guitar was so fucking loud. It was subbing. My eardrums were subbing
Oh,
out,
and
cutting off
Ingve.
the
Yeah.
sound. Was like.
I saw Ingve at Toad's place. I was literally next to his speaker, and that motherfucker jacks his
days. Oh yeah,
volume way louder than everybody. Ingve made me deaf for almost 2 days. I
2 days.
forgot
It's
about
always like a
that.
2 day thing.
Yeah,
You're like, what?
I had a
You're hearing
ringing
fucking.
in my ear that wouldn't go away.
Yeah. I like that feeling of your ears ringing slightly after a concert. I don't know if you guys
A little bit.
like
As
it.
long as
It's
it's a decent pitch.
Slightly.
With
Yeah, yeah.
Ingve, it was this high
It
pitch.
feels like you've gone on like a massive journey and you're coming out in like the silence. It's just like
Yeah.
I don't probably just me.
No, it feels.
I've seen him twice. Once
That is
in
not
a
just you.
big
That's a real
venue
thing.
and once in a
Is it
little
really?
venue. And Ingve is really awesome. You see him in a big stage, nice mix. He's fantastic. You see him in a little club, and it's the worst show I ever went to. Like nobody else in the band existed except him, and he just like at
Yeah, there's
high
only one
pitch
place in
for
the
like
club you
2.5
can stand that it
hours.
sounds good, and that's the
Yeah.
sound booth, basically.
And you couldn't hear anybody except him.
There's a video, Tony, of him playing here after one of those foundation forums in LA, and it is good, but I don't know. I'm questioning whether it's the video or if it's the club. But it seems like it's a good show because everybody in the
Yeah,
audience is really
if they get a
receptive.
good mix.
Yeah.
At Toad's
But
place,
but
they
then
did
again,
not.
this was the NAM show we're talking about. So obviously they put all their best gear and their best, engineers and yeah.
Better get a good mix.
We'll watch it one of these nights. It's really good. He plays all the old, I Am a Viking and all that stuff.
Oh,
Really
yeah, I
cool.
love that one.
I think he even has what's his name, the singer. Yeah, that he even has that what's his name? I can't remember. He's the guy that did the vocals in the movie Rockstar. So he did all the singing for Mark
Oh,
Wahlberg.
really? The guy who
Yeah.
sang in Rockstar is with
Was
Ingve
the
now?
original singer for Yngwie Malmsteen's band.
Oh, no shit.
He sang "I am a Viking." That's the guy from yeah,
Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Small Little
Yeah,
Town.
he didn't have a lot of vocals in his stuff, but whenever he did,
There's only 2 songs on that album that have
yeah,
vocals. Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
took some good vocals
2 or 3.
to go to it.
I remember that. That singer though, he's really fucking amazing. He's a great dude too. He's like an LA dude here. Played with a lot of local bands and kind of made good. He's still around. I'm gonna say he's our age or older, and he's just got a fantastic voice. The guy is like one of the best singers I've ever heard for metal, and for all music really, because he's just motherfucker's great.
Band Lab's been changing my mind. I thought I'd heard all the best of musicians, and
Oh, I know.
I can't believe the caliber sometimes that we come across over on
There's so many good people, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I spent decades trying to find like singers,
I
female
know.
singers. I worked with 2 female singers over the course of like 25 years. Always wanted to, got on Band Lab, and now I literally know
2
like
days.
hundreds of
Yeah.
female singers in the span
Thank
of 2
you.
years.
Thank you. I'm on an never-ending quest for a female extreme vocalist.
I love female singing. My favorite band is probably Evanescence. You know,
Thank
Amy
you.
Lee.
Yeah.
I've seen them like 9 times. I've loved them since I was 11 years old.
fuck
I'm
me.
30 now. They're amazing live as well.
It's funny you say that.
Yeah,
They just played at where Bullet is in Utah.
I've been following their new tour.
night
Yeah,
before
the
last.
Bit of Truth tour. Yeah,
So this guy Bullet that's on here, he posted some videos of them, but they played.
no way.
They took the night off because they're on tour with Lizzie Hale, Hailstorm.
Yeah, Hailstorm. Yeah,
But it's Hailstorm, so Hailstorm played the show without Evanescence that night, and I was like, "Hey, you seen Evanescence? You went to that show?" He's like, "No, Evanescence didn't play. Plush did." I was like, "Sucks to be you, dude."
Oh man.
that is a joint tour, so they should have both played.
They took the night off that night, so Plush took the headlining slot. It was weird.
Really? Oh my god. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have to investigate that.
Pissed. I would have been a little pissed if it was me.
Yeah, that's not right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Are you sure, man? Are you sure?
I'm
Because
positive.
that's a
That's like going to a
co-headlining
Broadway
tour.
show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's like going to a Broadway show to see
They
a
do that
headlining
sometimes. Big-
star.
I've
Yeah.
seen.
Find out
I'm really intrigued by that,
star's
man.
off tonight.
Because I follow Evanescence pretty like closely.
Yeah,
just
so in
'cause-
Utah,
Oh no way. Maybe someone was sick. Maybe I don't know.
yeah, that's what I mean. It could have been anything. I don't
Yeah,
really know
anything
what
could
it
have
was,
happened.
but
They wouldn't have just been like, "We're not playing." They're not like.
no, he
they're not
didn't know
dealers.
either because he was like, he got the tickets
Oh,
from
that's a
one of
shame.
his friends.
But I'm seeing them next year, so I'm very excited about that. And I'm so excited for seeing live bands again. It's been
Oh yeah,
it's been a minute. The last one I saw was Slipknot actually
very
in
cool.
January at the very start of 2020.
See,
That was the
yes, I
last.
did.
That was the last gig I saw. Yeah, I did see you post that actually.
Very cool.
Very cool,
I
man.
like Evanescence a lot too.
I love them, and I think they get a bit of a bad rap because
They do a lot.
because all the real metalheads not heavy enough, but
Well, because guys are sexist towards women in the industry.
they are, man. But she kicks fucking ass.
Unlike
man. I love her.
Tony, when
Yeah.
I was a young guy, I was like 19 years old. I met a girl from Arkansas that moved to Hollywood to become a musician, and I moved in.
Was
with her.
Amy Lee? Was
No,
Amy Lee?
but
Because she's
I
from
wish.
Arkansas, you know.
I wish. No, but similar story. She played bass and she wanted to be a metal singer,
Yeah, man.
player. She went to the Bass Institute in Hollywood and she got a job at like Columbia or Capitol Records there.
Yeah.
And she's a really nice girl. And so I had a very positive experience with her and saw that there was a lot of guys that were just exclusive. And just because of the attitude, it made a lot of women like their places in the audience, not on the stage, and
Mm.
that thinking is everywhere. And it sucked because a lot of the cooler musicians that I met that were more tolerant and actually were more dynamic and more unique were always women, and they never conflicted with the guys. The guys always said, my
Mm.
ego, like I can't have a woman up here like out shredding me, or a woman can't headbang, like she's got
It's so
tits,
stupid.
bro, fucking, I heard it all. I seen it
She has
all.
a vagina, man. Like she
Yeah, she
can't
can't
do
have.
that.
Like, what are we gonna do when we go backstage and we all have to take showers? Is she gonna fucking shower with us? I'm like, I'm not showering with you, dickhead. I'm not
I
showering
ain't
with
showering
anybody.
with
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, man.
That's
Jason,
cool.
I love you even more because you love Evanescence, and
I do.
that's
I really
awesome.
do.
Respect to you,
Very,
man.
very touching because that song, like, I heard it one day and I was kind of ignoring what was going on in my life, and it hit me, and I realized that I needed to take a stand and do something more, leave the person I was with, this girl that was just treating me really bad, and I was just
Mm,
ignoring everything, and it did. I changed my life, and it got me back into music in a roundabout way, and
that's cool, man.
yeah, I was spending so much time of myself into the relationship, into making this other person feel happy, that I was super miserable, and I was like living with a ghost basically. The memory of what she
Um,
used to be was never going to be what she was. And look, that's that song, dude. And when I heard it, I
mm.
was like, wow. And not just that, fucking, I really like her voice. She's fucking amazing.
It's so good. It just gives me goosebumps. So yeah,
Yeah.
love
And
it.
I like a lot of extreme female vocalists. Like I like
Mm.
uh, Tatiana from Ginger. Do you like Ginger?
Yeah,
Have you heard of
yeah,
them?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She's
They're
awesome, man.
she's probably one of
She's
the best examples
incredible.
that I can
Her
think
She's
of.
kick
ability to morph.
ass.
She's
Yeah.
got a she's got a really kind of mousy voice when it comes to her like pure singing,
Mm.
but she does certain
She
things
can
really
scream.
good.
She can
Yeah.
certainly scream.
She can outscream any guy, even
She
me.
can
Like, oh my
scream. Yeah,
God. She has a demon voice when like she's like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah.
I don't
She's
know.
mad.
I don't know where that comes from. I swear it's like she's channeling. Like it's not coming from
She's
inside.
she's channeling Satan.
It's
Yeah.
practice, a lot of practice. The girl is always singing all the time.
Yeah, man.
She's improving. She's doing improv stuff all the time with her music.
Yeah,
The guys
man.
are playing in rehearsal, and she's just coming up with stuff all the time. And she talks about it a lot. She'll say, she feels bad sometimes because she's such a motor mouth and such a chatterbird when it comes to singing, that
Mm.
she puts so much out there that she's afraid the guys are going to cut down everything she does. But she still does it. She goes on. There's a lot of videos of her. I really like her approach to it.
Yeah,
She's a
she's awesome, man.
pro. She's super pro. They're going to be around for years.
And she's got a good
Definitely.
she's got a good band. You get a talented girl like that with a
That bass
kick-ass
player.
band behind it, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's like Hailstorm to me.
Oh yeah.
Hailstorm is a great combination. The musicians are awesome, and
Yeah.
the front
Mm.
woman, she
Just
is
super pro.
kick-ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Professional as high. Like any show you go to is going to be as good as the last one or better than the next
She's
one.
gotten a lot of respect from the industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her peers respect her, like, and she's
Mm.
managed to like stick around for a lot longer than some people gave her credit for.
She's the real
Definitely.
deal. That's why.
They're still kicking ass.
Yep.
Greg was at one of their shows the other
Yep.
night. I thought for sure they were done. Like
I had a
couple
little
years
period
ago,
where I had a
'cause-
little crush on her. I was like, mm-hmm.
yeah,
I like
and,
this
and they
girl.
went through that.
Nice.
They went through
There's
that
that Pat
period
Benatar
where
thing going on.
all the attention's been on her. So like the band kind of
Yeah, her brother
sat
AJ.
back and she kind of was doing her own thing for a while, like Amy Lee. But
Yeah.
now she's back grounded again, and it's good that it's her brother. Like I think that's
Yeah.
what keeps her from messing that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it in the family.
Yeah, and she softened up for a while. So like I kind of fell off for a few years because I was like,
Yeah, me
this
too.
stuff is just not. I like
Sappy.
the early Hailstorm shit that came out hard,
I want
heavy.
the fire.
Yeah.
Bring me the fire. I don't like the ice.
I've never heard that before, but I'm
It's
going to use
true.
that.
It's when someone sings something cold, it's a different thing as opposed to this fiery approach that they
Very
have.
true.
Think of
Very
like
true,
Katy
man.
Perry. I don't like her necessarily, man, but she's exciting. Like when she sings, it's all fucking.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with Katy Perry after
Fine.
10 beers, 2
I
shots.
like Katy Perry.
Dude,
I don't mind Katy Perry.
no shots
you know.
necessary. She's hot as hell without anything, man. She's like a bad example if we're gonna go
I
there.
mean, like music-wise, like
yeah.
The songs,
No,
the
she
songs
really
can
is.
be, the songs can be hit or miss with her. Like, you know,
hit or miss.
there's some that like the slower
But she's
stuff.
exciting, you know. She is.
But
I like
do
her
like
Yeah.
her upbeat songs.
I respect that she writes her own stuff. So anyone who does that,
She comes
cool
from a
with
heavy
me.
metal background too. She was a backup singer.
Does she?
Yeah,
I can tell.
she sang
Yeah,
for
yeah.
POD.
No way.
Yeah, there's a video.
Really?
Yeah.
No way. Okay, I'm gonna have to Google this.
The Christian metal band, whatever.
Yeah.
POD. Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, I like POD.
I'll find it for you. See if
I quite like a lot of Christian metal bands. To be
Oh,
fair.
it's even
POD had
look.
a
It's
couple
even a
good
thing
songs.
on the search.
POD. I'm gonna have to search for this now.
Katy Perry.
Are you doing it for me? Cool.
Uh-huh. She sings the backups on this. Oh, look, there's a picture of her right there.
Didn't POD do the song for
No way.
Oh, here she
Matrix
is.
2?
They probably did, mate.
It's true.
Been Awake or-
It's damn true.
Or is it? Today on Rock Feed, we're looking at Rock Miss, a new series. And if you have ideas out on Brangle, I Kissed a Girl quickly propelled her up the charts and made her a. She took a shot at working with one of the biggest rock bands at the time, POD. Now, her time with the band would resurface in 2015 and make major headlines in the mainstream media. Did you know that Katy Perry was actually a secret member of POD back in 2004?
This is amazing.
A September
It's true.
2004
It's crazy.
report
Only in
emblemed
I never know. Never know.
the next big thing.
Pseudo
Some 4
lesbian pop
years before she
princess.
would actually get married. This brings us all the way to
Please phone.
2005. Rock music was still very strong, and Total Request Live was still playing rock music on MTV. POD was prepping their 6th studio album, Testify, and was still a global force. And by the way, this is a very underrated POD album.
Shut up.
Strongly suggest you check it out.
Shut up, man.
From this album was
Save
Goodbye
it, bro.
for
You're not
Now,
converting anybody.
one of my favorite POD songs ever. When the song came out, fans wondered
Can't
who the
say nothing.
unknown and uncredited female singer was at the end of the video singing
There she
vocals for the band. This wasn't just a one-off appearance for Katy either. She also performed on national television, seemingly as a member of POD. Here she is performing with the band on Jay Leno, one of the highest rated television shows at the time. This led to a lot of confusion for fans of the band, given that she was prominently featured in the music video, but also not named, which was sort of interesting. You typically don't take someone doing backup vocals and feature them center stage in that music video. Was this a label play to try to get her exposure with one of the hottest rock bands at the time? This led to an astounding number of major media
is
headlines
crazy, man.
about Katy Perry being a member of
worked.
POD back in 2015.
100%.
So much so that the band POD had to respond. More on that in a moment. Here's an article from Rolling Stone at the time that
Christian new
says,
metal band.
flashback.
Well, she is an attention getter.
Christian new metal band POD. For their part, POD took issue with numerous publications classifying her as a member of a band or even a backup singer, and at the time they released this statement to Rolling Stone and later published a video in response to it as well. I've got both. The band wrote, "This is revisionist history and disrespectful to our girl Katy, who was never a backup singer. We invited her to participate on our record, as she was and still is one of the few pop artists with strong musicianship roots. She paid her dues not as a backup
So
singer,
what is it?
but
Is she
in a
in the
van
band
going
then?
town to
You know what I'm
town.
saying?
This is the problem with music journalism today. Shabby reporting, no research, no history." And
I agree
here's
on that.
Releasing a video further elaborating on their point.
Katy Perry thing is old news. She helped us out in the studio, female vocalist on our track, Goodbye for Now, produced by Glenn Ballard, and she was young, she was awesome.
Find Goodbye for Now.
But that's something we've always done. We've had amazing artists on every single one of our records.
So
I
there
don't-
you have it. I'm
but
not
what are
going to
they
say that this
saying?
myth is
I don't-
entirely false
I'm
because
so
she was a
confused.
backup singer for POD. But to say she was a full-fledged member of POD is categorically false.
Okay. Entertaining.
I'll listen later.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you learn something new every day.
Indeed. Yeah, that's funny, right?
And her early stuff was kind of rocking. It was like Hot and Cold and I Kissed a Girl was kind of
Yeah,
funky
man.
at
I remember.
points.
Yeah, I remember being really drunk in a pub and dancing to that. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. It got your attention. I was like, this shit's
Yeah, man.
cool. You kissed a
Definitely, man.
girl? Me too.
Funny.
That
So yeah,
lawsuit though, a couple of years ago was some bullshit. That
which
lawsuit
one?
over that what was that Egyptian song? Bum 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 bum.
Oh, the Dark
Stupid.
Horse.
Yeah, Dark Horse.
Dark Horse.
Yeah.
Stupidest music lawsuit ever. Sets a precedence that should not be set. They're starting to copyright melodies, and Burns put up a video the other night
Yeah, I
of
saw that.
like how there's shyster lawyers out there that have been getting things like Twinkle Twinkle and all sorts of like.
It's crazy.
You can't copyright Twinkle Twinkle. There's a
No.
ABC. I
Yeah.
mean, they're
Yeah.
all the
Happy
same.
birthday.
I sometimes get paranoid that I've sang a melody that's been done before and been
Yeah.
copyrighted. Like,
If somebody
Yeah.
tries to come at me and say I
I don't know
stole
if it's
something
been
from
done.
them, I'll say
Yeah.
they stole something from somebody else because there's only 7 notes
Yeah.
in the music library. to work
Exactly.
with.
Like it's only it's gonna happen, isn't it? So what are you gonna do?
You can't copyright melodies, chord progressions. If you
Yeah.
do, we can't make music anymore. Like
Exactly.
every single combination is in a chord pack.
Exactly.
You gotta
What you
can
gonna do?
copyright you can copyright words like words around themes. You can see when somebody steals something. It's usually pretty obvious. With the lawsuit, bad judge, I think a corrupt judge, and obviously the defendant's lawyer was tight with the judge because shouldn't have had this kind of verdict.
No way. But it is what it is.
There was no proof that like she'd ever heard this guy's song. They
No,
couldn't
exactly.
connect. They couldn't connect to anything. The only connection they had was 4 notes going. A fifth to a third to a 1. Like
Yeah.
Bach
just-
technically owns it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, any way to try and get money, they're going to do it. So.
Yeah. And they got a lot of money. They opened up a door for a whole bunch more people to come bitching and saying, oh my God, you're using the same chords I did. And I did that song 2 years before you. Therefore, you stole it from
Definitely.
me.
It's a snowball effect. As soon as you say something that involves you're entitled to some money, of course, people are going to, throw their 2 cents in and try and get 1,000 back.
Yeah. The funny thing is this artist couldn't make money on his own, but he could get the money to get this shyster lawyer. Like, why don't you just go out and write another song and go earn your damn living instead of wasting it on a lawyer and ruining music.
Exactly. If you're that good, then make another one.
Yeah. There's a reason why there's a reason why it was the hit for her and not for you.
Jason, are you wearing a Punisher t-shirt?
Hell yeah.
Hey.
I'm taking it back.
Are we best friends? Yeah, I think we are.
Hell yeah. Yes, I think we are. Did that just happen? It did.
Did that just happen? I think it just happened.
Yeah. I saw this article about where it talked about how the Punisher logo has been co-opted by right-wing militant militia groups as their logo. And because of the story of the Punisher is about a guy going against the system, his wife and his daughter were murdered.
They get murdered, yeah.
So he kills even policemen in really horrible ways. And so it talked about how you see it on like cars. It's just an image that's used a lot. And I was so shocked and embarrassed to read about it. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm not changing my shirt. I'm not that
guy fuck that
at all.
Plus, it looks cool, so
I love it.
They're gonna start having issues with people who wear Batman. logos on your shirt.
Do you know what? It would not
That's what
surprise
I
me,
mean.
Tony.
It's
It
just
would not
silly.
surprise
It
me.
was really silly. I was like, but I've
Not
seen it. I've
surprising.
seen it on like, I've seen it on big old trucks before, and I've seen it in weird places, and I'm like, no, that's mine. That's not yours. Like Metal Monday, I'm taking it back. It's mine.
It's
It's for the
yours, man.
people. It's for the people. Doing it for the people, man.
People.
I love the Punisher. So yeah, so when I wear this shirt, sometimes I get weird looks. I just have to smile and be nice and
Just
see what
smile and
they are.
wave. Yeah.
I'll just like I could do the Russian thing, which I usually do, which is I'll just wear the tracksuit,
Well,
The Russian thing.
that's also an Italian thing.
So no,
You got
I
those
do that.
Italians going around with those.
It's an English thing as well. Don't worry, it's an
It
English
is.
thing.
It's
as
an
well.
all-person thing, but here it's
An
like a
all-person
Russian
thing.
thing. It's an Italian Russian. So I'm like, yep. Now you can't tell.
No, you can't tell. I've got a tedious thing with a bass on a song I'm working on. It sounds too MIDI, because obviously I haven't got a bass with me, so I'm using programming. But it sounds too MIDI. Do you guys know anything about making a bass sound less MIDI at all?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
Obviously, you play real bass, but
Yeah.
I haven't got one, so I have to do
Right here.
the
I'll help you
resources
with
I
that.
have.
Yeah, I'll help you with that. It's a little mixture of
Plugins,
patches
too.
and MIDI
Plugins.
levels. If you use the MIDI levels right, you
I'll show
can
you.
give it back that like human expression.
I've used MIDI bass on a couple of my tracks too because it sounds
Yeah.
so even. I don't have to get I don't have to worry about getting a really good recording.
Yeah.
And especially for songs that are really simple, like an E, the whole song or whatever. So
Right. Yeah.
what I do is I mix like what Tony said. I mix it out the way I want it, which never sounds good. It'll still sound like a MIDI. But I add a plug.
I've tried messing with like the EQ and
Let me correct you.
Plug-in on it.
MIDI
Guys.
the
does not
delay
make
and stuff.
MIDI does not make sound. MIDI doesn't have a sound.
Right. Okay.
MIDI does not make the sound.
I
The
put
sound
this plug-in on
sounds.
it on the output of the MIDI of the wave. Okay. And so what you're hearing is basically like that bass with an effect on it, but it's this parallax program, which is a bass.
That's a great addition.
It's a bass program already, so I mean you can get a really natural, realistic bass sound just that plug-in. And
Yeah, that'll make a flat synth sample into like a dynamic bass sample.
Yep.
Just the parallax alone. Usually I'll mix like a pluck bass with like a fingered bass to get that parallax effect.
That's what she said.
Cool.
Or if you want it to sound more like a human bassist, using two style basses.
I mean, maybe I should just send it off and someone can just replicate what I've put down, maybe.
Yeah, if you've got a MIDI track, you're welcome to give me a MIDI track, and I'll put a couple patches together for you. And
I'll send that when I'm done here. Yeah, I'll send it over to you after this, and then send it back, and then you can,
Yeah, and if you want some samples, I mean, I got an awesome sampler with like 30 gigs of kick-ass bass samples.
Yeah, I've got quite a few, but yeah, this one because I sent it off to Ian Wallace, and he said the track's good, but the bass sounds a bit too MIDI, and I was like, yeah, it does. Why didn't I notice that before? So I'm just trying to figure that out and try and make it a good track.
There's two things that are going to give that feeling of, oh, it's MIDI. It's either it's too precise, it's been quantized, and it's hitting too perfectly, which is usually when people say, oh, it sounds like MIDI, it's usually more it's too perfect than it is the sounds. The sounds themselves these days, it's hard to tell the difference between MIDI drums and acoustic drums anymore. They've gotten so good.
I mean, I've never used like real drums in my songs.
Yep,
but I found some really fucking good ones because I don't have a drummer, but I want drums in my song. So I guess some people might be like, oh, they're not real drums.
Yeah, drums was like
I haven't got real drums.
Drums was the first thing they conquered with samples. You know, they got drums
Yeah.
sounding really good. They got
They
strings.
did. They really did. Yeah.
Now,
But I tell you what,
last like 10
it
years,
takes so long to
brasses.
find a good drum like that matches the song you want.
Yeah.
To find a good drum beat that matches exactly how you want takes time. So I don't feel bad about using, you know.
Yeah, that's the big trick nowadays. Like what Jason does with Easy Drummer is amazing. When I first started following him, I was like, "You're programming your fucking drums? What?"
Yeah. Burn him. Yeah.
But he adds
blasphemy.
Yeah, he'll take a starting pattern, and then, you know, with metal you have to add in some nuance. You have to add in some extra hits, and you got to massage it into like a human
massage it. I like that.
You got to make it human.
Got to make love, you know.
and it's the same with the bass. Like when it comes to like if you're programming a MIDI bass line, it's just about adding those little off shifts, and because you know a bassist it fills the gaps between the hits and the notes. A good bassist.
Good bassist. Cool. Well, I'll get that over to you when I'm done here. I'll probably leave soon because I've had how many beers? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my last beer.
You had all the beers.
I've had all the beers, but I've had such a great night. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
It's been good to finally chat to you guys and like in person.
Oh yeah,
hang out more often.
I've been looking forward to meet with you. You've got another guy you work with, right?
Make some live music.
You write? With,
Ian Wallace. Whoa. Yeah.
That's Wall, dude.
Wow.
Oh wait a minute, that's Wall.
That's Wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ian is Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember I was doing some admin. I was like, I thought his name was Wall, his first name, and I was trying to add his credits to his name on the song before I put it out. I was like, "What is your name?" Like, it's Ian. I was like, "You're not Ian, you're Wall." Yeah.
Same thing.
Same
exact thing. I had to.
So Wall is his
real
Viking
name.
name.
Like my name is Ian.
Yeah, that's his Viking
family name.
Wall's his Viking name.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yes. It's his Scottish name. From the clan Wallace.
That explains so much.
He has
what a great talent for you to work with. No wonder.
I'm very lucky.
No wonder you're coming out with such incredible stuff. You're working with incredible musicians.
He is amazing, and I will be very sad the day he leaves me. Like he needs to never go away. But you know, I've got Jason. It's fine. You know.
Well,
I got some sloppy seconds. It's fine.
I suspect he's like an eternal. He's probably been here for like ever. It's why his guitar is so good.
The dawn of Band Lab. Yeah, he was there.
He's a vampire, guys. He's like, I guess I'll make some music for them. Show them.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, he is showing the Band Lab how to do it. All those aspiring metalheads out there are learning from him.
This thing fucking sucks. What is the fucking problem?
What are you trying to do?
I can't cut. These wire cutters are dull. I've dulled them by cutting strings so much with them over the years.
They're busted. You need some new ones.
They're dull. So now I need to. You know what? I have pliers somewhere. I want to dig out the toolbox. No, I'm sick of these feelers. So when I'm recording sometimes, I'll be sitting here.
Yeah.
These long strings that are. Well, I cut most of them off, but you can see in the little feelers, they'll touch my desk here and make like the laser sound. They'll go.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, fuck, ruin my recording.
Well, you should be snipping those simply because of Cracker, man. After that shit, everybody. That's a horror story waiting to happen for guitars.
Yeah.
Mad Cracker like moved his guitar and one of those were sticking out, hit his USB port on his computer.
Oh dear.
Shorted out his whole computer.
Fried out the computer, burned his hand, like the electricity ran through the cable, like burned a string mark into his hand.
Melted his pick. Like it went all the way through the pickups, through the strings into his hand, and
oh man.
Sucks.
I was taking the strings of the guitar I had, but because I'm such a newbie, I don't know which way to turn it. But I turned it the opposite way, where it made the string so tight it went, and it almost got my eye. I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, that could have been really bad.
Was it you, Jason, that was showing me videos of guitars who were purposely trying to
Jared
snap it, and like
takes
the
it
guy
down
was
and it's like,
purposely trying to snap it to hit
No,
himself.
no
yeah.
way, man.
He put it
That's
on
so
Yeah.
TikTok just to troll people too. He's like, how far can I tighten this before it snaps me in the
that's
eye?
so weird, man.
Well, I've seen it happen. Like I can't imagine that somebody would do it on purpose.
I guess funny you say that too, because that's a big fear of all guitarists. You know, and
I
it's
don't
not
even
just
want to be
tuning it the
near a
wrong way.
guitarist when they're
It's
doing
just
it.
tuning that high E string every time. And then
Same.
I had one whip me in like the cheek under my chin right here, and I was like, same thing. I was like, that could have been my eye. And I always think about that. I'm like,
Exactly.
shelter your eyes a little bit when you're tuning that E string. Make sure it's just a little away from you.
Oh, I bet you there's been a couple of musicians throughout history who are blind in one eye because of that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's so stupid too. It's like fucking one-eyed Willie over there. Why? Hey man, what happened to your eye? Oh man, when I was playing in 1942, I was using catgut strings and I tightened them up just a little too tight and took my eye out, Sally.
Yeah, the dangers of work. OSHA don't cover that shit.
No.
You always have a roadie tune it up for you, son. Don't do it yourself. Risk your precious eyesight. Like
Too good at that voice.
For part of the problem is I can't fucking see. Save my life. All right, there we go.
Oh.
You know what? I'm so sick of this fucking.
I've been going blind for like the last 10 years since I got all
We
these
get out the
monitors.
proper set. Fuck.
I was gonna say, Tony, you got so many monitors, man. Like,
Yeah.
That's
Well, you
crazy.
should see the other side. There's
the side
twice
program.
as many
like
in
a-
front of me.
it's like a TV broadcasting room.
Yeah, but that's why I'm going blind, because I got a whole bunch of equipment back in like 2012, 2013, different
Yeah.
monitors, different sizes, different resolutions. And when you look at a screen and you turn and you look at a different screen, your eyes have to keep refocusing
Yeah.
for different resolutions. And
Yeah.
over the last couple of years, my eyesight just deteriorated real fast.
Yeah, I bet, man.
I was like, oh my God, I can't see anything sharp anymore.
Yeah. You to take lots of breaks, you know.
Yeah. But since I moved
Protect
here,
the eyes.
this has helped me
Yeah.
where I live now, because
Where
my
do you live
desk
now?
is to stand up up in Maine. I used to live in
Okay.
Connecticut. My
Right,
setup
right.
there was more like a round me, and I sat in this big circle of equipment.
Yeah.
Here, that's a stand-up desk, so when I'm working over there, I tend to stand when I work over there.
They say
Here,
that's better, don't they? To stand up and walk
Yeah.
around.
it's nice to
Yeah.
mix it. So like when I'm over here, I sit down, I make some music, then I get up and I go over there, I do a little work. So it's the first time in the last like 25 years where I'm actually up half the day. Because in the old days, I would sit on my ass for 14 hours straight. That wasn't good either.
No way.
No.
It's not good.
Gotta be active.
Gotta be
No matter
active.
what you do.
My day job is I'm a removal man. So I move people's furniture into their new
Okay.
homes.
Oh
Yeah.
man, see, that's gonna
So-
hit your back.
I've been doing it for about 15 years now.
Oh.
It's a family business.
Right.
That explains
So-
why you're like a brick shit house, man. You look like
One
you
of-
could plow down a
one of my good
crowd.
friends started a moving company here in LA. And
Yeah.
after about 5 years, him and his wife of running this company, he retired. He's retired now, and he's about 50. And yeah, he made $1 million.
Really?
Yes, in 1 year. In 1
What
year.
have I
So
not made
forgot
$1
to say
million?
that. He was running 5 crews of guys, and
Yeah.
he lucked into a bunch of contracts, and he did some Hollywood some stars. He did what's her name? The girl that was in The Ring. Rachel.
The Ring. Oh, the blonde girl. The blonde
Yeah,
girl.
Australian. I can't think of her
Was
name
she?
right now.
Yeah. What was
She's
her name?
with
I know what you mean.
yeah. Anyway,
Wasn't
Yeah.
that Buffy?
he moved her several times, and every time she gave him like a 5-figure tip, like a $30,000 or $40,000 tip for moving her house. Like,
I've had some
Thank
good
you.
tips.
Thank you for taking care of my shit when you move
Yeah.
it.
well, because he's the company owner, and he
Yeah.
put all his crews into these jobs. He 5 crews of men. It was like a lot of,
Yeah.
and he bought a bunch of truck. Like him and his wife did really
Yeah.
good. But I
We have a
jammed with
few
him.
vans and lorries.
The dude's a powerhouse. He was an energy, he played saxophone. And that to me is like really complex already. He picked it
Yeah.
up one day. He played bass.
Nothing sexier than the saxophone.
Yeah, he called me.
But hard as fuck to play, man.
So hard.
Right?
I'm learning how to
Makes
play
no
saxophone.
sense.
Do you want to jam?
Makes
And
no
I was like,
sense.
you are crazy. I'm like, you're never gonna learn
Yeah.
this. And over the course of about 2 years, he got really good, and we would jam every other week down at the port here in Long Beach by the Queen Mary. It's a old historic ship from World War II. The Queen Mary, yeah, it's named after the Queen Mary. Anyways, it's a port down here. The city of Long Beach bought the ship after they decommissioned it after World War II because the Navy co-opted it for troop transport from England to America during the war and after the war. So, and then they decommissioned it, and the city of Long Beach here bought it, and they parked it here in a harbor, and it sat there for years and years, and they finally opened it up as a tourist attraction. You can take tours there, and people go there and they busk outside. They play their instruments and sing and stuff, and it's not illegal as long as you're not soliciting. Like I can stick a hat down or whatever and play without getting rousted.
Can't play with a monkey.
So we would bring, my friend would bring his truck down there, and he would bring an amplifier and a battery and a power inverter, and I would plug in my guitar, and he would play the saxophone with the mic on it, and it was just, we had a lot of fun. We played like blues shit, a lot of times. Did that for 2 years, you guys, almost 2 years straight.
2 years, man.
Yeah. Before I found BandLab and kind of just stopped hanging out with that guy, and I delved deep back into metal. It was the live dynamic of playing with somebody else that I miss that. When you play with other people live, you get this instant energy transference. You get this dynamic back and forth of emotion that I can tell you don't like it or like it, and I can either change the way you feel in something I do instantly, or you can change the way I feel by doing something you change, and there's a lot of interplay going on that you will never get when you're recording. And
yeah,
a lot of musicians miss out on that because they're still learning, or they don't understand that that's kind of a big part of what we like about the musicians that we know. Like when I think of somebody like Carlos Santana, some of the best performances he's done are live, but are also playing off of the other people in his band. He is a soloist, but man, without those guys backing him up, the solo isn't anything, If
they're feeding his directions.
Yeah.
And that's maybe a bad
lifting him up.
There's some other bands that are really more about jamming too, live on stage. They turn their 3-minute, 4-minute song into a 10-minute extravaganza, and you're like loving every minute of it, because you get it. Like you get more into that. It's more in the now. There's more of a realness to it.
That leads to the importance of accompaniment. Accompaniment gets kind of cast away as people focus on the lead singer or the guitarist.
I guess what I'm saying, Tony, is like
all the good music is because of good accompaniment.
For sure. But playing live with somebody else is like it's like cutting heads, like what we were talking about the other night. It's like you get together with another guitarist and you play together, and you not only get a feel for what they play, how they play, but like how you compare to them, and you kind of feel like, oh man, before I might have been feeling like inferior in my playing, maybe I wasn't so good, but then you see this other guy and you're like, oh well, I'm right on, I'm perfect, I'm right on. I've never felt like a bad feeling of. I played with people way out of my league too. I never felt bad about it because I've always been like, well, it's just me. They're better than me. That's all. But I could play stuff.
A lot of people are out of my league.
Stuff that
a lot of people are better than me.
I'm such a rudimentary performer.
But that's what I'm saying. You need that, like, because a lot of people don't realize that, like, they either are as good or they need to be better or whatever. But there's an instant, an instant dynamic when you're sharing ideas with somebody else right there, right now.
Definitely, man.
I can
Well
usually
said.
I can
know. I'm
find
just
the groove if I'm jamming with another
that's
musician. Most of them
I
I
miss that
can
most of
find a
all.
groove with,
That's like
but once in a while you jam with somebody and you just can't. You're not in the same groove,
oh
even if they're
God, yeah.
playing the kind of music that you're into.
Yep.
Some musicians, it's hard for me to
A lot
get
of
into
them.
their pocket.
That's where like the live playing, getting used to like uh, being around other people, it comes into play because you learn to shut up, listen to what the other person plays, and think about it a little more.
And that's
Man,
the
when I
real
was
key.
younger, yeah, I was really
Listening to what they're playing. Like
Mhm.
me, being
playing
more of an
over someone is
accompaniment
a thing.
instrument,
Yeah.
I'm usually listening to what a guitarist is doing and then trying to figure out like one note. Just give me one note to connect to what they're doing, and then from there, two notes, three notes.
There's also the thing about like, when you go see your favorite bands play and they play the song note for note, you're like, that's cool. But when they throw a little bit of dynamics in
Yeah, I like
and
that. I
stuff,
like that.
you're like,
Yeah.
you're like, what's gonna
Especially when you see
happen
your favorite
next?
band because you know what's coming next. But then they
Yeah.
like throw a curveball a bit and like do a bit of a jam and then come back into the song.
Yes, I
It's like,
love that.
yes, I
You don't know
witnessed
what's
that.
going on,
Yeah.
and when they come
Yeah,
back
I
into
like
the
it, man.
song, you're
Yeah.
like, oh my God,
Yeah.
And
it's
that's
like
why it's
they're
always
doing a
great to see
thing.
stuff
And it's funny
live.
as well when they fucked up the song because like what's coming next. And you're like,
Yes,
they didn't do that right.
yes, that's a thing too. But that's actually like
But
kind
they
of
come
cool
back
to
around to it, and then it's like, yeah,
because that shows that they're actually like
live.
trying and they're
Yeah,
doing.
and
Yeah,
I
they're
like
not.
that. I like that.
Yeah, that to
Yeah,
me is more important. And for me being up there, like when I'm part of that, like I get a lot more from it. I feel like I grow more. When I'm
yeah,
off stage, I
definitely.
feel like it's more expressive. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a lot more, you're in the now more, and so you
In the
feel it a
now.
lot more. And
Yeah,
as opposed to like me and you playing a Metallica song that we know over and over and over, we're just gonna play it,
It
whatever.
feels mechanical. When you
Yeah,
play the
listen,
same
I'm gonna
shit over
hate
and
it
over again,
eventually. Yeah.
start to feel like a machine.
yeah,
But get together with some guy that I've never met and tell him play a Metallica song with me, there's gonna be something going on because we both don't know and we're
exactly.
just gonna be like playing with each other, at first. That's how it always goes. You like test each other out, and there's that guitar duel thing going on where like Crossroads, where like one person will play something, the other person will copy them, and it's really fucking fun. It's so
Yeah,
cool,
man.
man. It's
And it
like,
doesn't even have to be guitars. Like with
oh
bassists and
no,
guitarists,
drums and
when
bass will
you
do
get
it, and
when you get
yep.
that like multi-instrument dynamics where
Singers
it's
will
like
do it.
this
They'll try
guy's
to
talking
emulate
to
the
this
guitars
guy
and
and this guy responds back. That's some of the best music that gets made.
I
All the
agree.
that's really the
progressive
essence of
music
all music right there. Is like
shares
the
the
Yeah.
instruments
dynamic
across the
interaction
band.
of right now, and we can manipulate and change it as we feel. We want to, If I don't like the way Tony's going with this keyboard thing, I'll instantly play like a different note on the solo and make everybody cry instead of being all
Fuck me
happy. You
up.
know what I mean?
What
That's
are you
like,
playing?
yeah, and the only way that I'll know how to do that is by doing it before with other people. You know what I mean? I won't know. I won't. It's like a new thing, so it's valuable to experiment with other people, play, learn, try different shit. I love it.
Yeah, I'd like to get you guys all like putting up a tuner on the screen when we're jamming,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Oh,
can
so you can see
see.
what Tony,
Oh,
yeah.
well, I can show you what I'm playing. Like, I would
I'm getting
love to be
better.
able,
I'm getting better.
if I could
Mhm.
see what you guys are playing without me having to ask, like, what chord are
I
you in?
know.
What's,
Because I tune
I,
down so much, Tez.
yeah, that's
I'm
that's
tuned down
why.
to like a drop B or whatever. And so on
All
the
you
keyboard, it's
droppers,
like I can't tell
it's
you exactly
confusing as
what note on the
shit.
guitar I'm playing right at any given moment, but give me a couple minutes and I'll look it up.
Well, Glenn explained it to me one night, and he's like, if you're looking at somebody with a drop on with five strings, and once you do pick up on that top string,
Mm-hmm.
and like if you're
Mm-hmm.
watching that, and usually you guys are like one or two frets from open,
Yep.
and if I focus on that, that's why I was playing B
Yeah,
minor
I
the
know.
other night,
There are
trying to
steps, Tony.
trying to
Yeah.
get that scale
You'll
that
get it though. And
most of you guys
yes,
jump into.
once you get that, you'll like it'll be a go-to that you'll use all the time. You'll be like, "Oh, cool, thank you, man." You know?
Yeah, I think I've gotten it in the last couple of days. I've been pounding at it
Gotta clean this
just
buddy up.
just to get comfortable with the scale.
This one's getting ready. It's still tuned from the last time. still sounds good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have one more beer. One more beer.
Oh, famous last
One
words.
more beer. One more beer before I head off.
See, that's my 6 a.m.s. When we go all night, I keep saying, okay,
Yeah.
there's one more in the
One more
fridge.
beer.
I'll
This is
finish.
literally the last one. So, and I've had such a great time tonight. Honestly, it's been awesome. So.
Well, it's nice when they're bottles too. Bottles go down a lot easier.
They do, yeah, they really do. Yeah. Last beer. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm still on energy.
Jason's got the Red Bull. What are you drinking, Tony?
Oh, I don't even know what brand this is. It's like called
What is
Bang. Bang.
What is it? Energy drink.
Yeah, those are good.
Bang.
Those are actually as strong as this, man.
Yeah, I never tried one before, but
you're gonna be.
They were cheap.
You're gonna be let's jam, dude, later on. I mean, the strings are
you got a
razor
little
wire,
Zeppelin going there.
but it's staying in tune really good right now. Surprisingly, because the weather is all fucked. Yeah, it does sound good.
Well, the steel will hold up a little easier with the tuning than a nylon. Although I really like the sound of nylons. I feel like they are the underappreciated acoustics in like metal. Or most music these days. Everybody's on steel strings.
Yeah, you definitely need some new strings on this baby. It's a razor wire right now. Rusty razors. Your tetanus.
Rusty razor. That reminds me, I need to change my razor.
Change your razor?
Oh, you got it.
Not me.
It looks like you get a good smooth shape.
You gotta do the neck, haven't you?
Nah.
Yeah, your beard is like refined. Mine's like everywhere.
I did trim it just a little bit underneath, but it's real thick.
Yeah.
I'm doing the what is it called?
I did so I normally have a bigger beard than this, but for prostate cancer, I gave myself mutton chops. Right. You know, like when you shave the chin.
Yeah. I thought of doing that.
You know, like Wolverine from X-Men. Yeah. I was like, I had these big old things. I look such a dick, man. I look such a dick.
One of my
or like Lemmy.
That.
Lemmy had a cool.
Yeah, Lemmy.
Nataz, one of my best friends did that too. He was like, when I started growing my beard, he's like, "Fuck you! I'm not gonna grow a beard." I was like, grow a beard. So he grew mutton chops, the side like that, and he grew them just as long as my beard. No, he just kept growing. He was like, "Kind of like it now."
Yes, I'm so cool, man.
His teenage kids were like, "No, Dad, you can't go anywhere. You look like a biker."
Yeah. And it was weird because I haven't seen my chin in about 6 years. I was like, oh, that's what it looks like, you know.
Nah, me neither. Fuck that.
I forgot
about
gray.
That. I got gray coming in.
I got a bit of gray again. It's fine.
I'm a diet. I'll diet.
It's fine.
I accepted my gray.
I'm 52. What the hell? They'll never know.
Shit, you look younger than me.
I got some big bags under my eyes for a 20.
What are you guys?
Man.
I've turned 30 this year.
I'm 52.
52?
Yeah.
Tony?
I'll be 50 in about 3 months.
I think I'm the oldest one.
Well, you guys look good, so don't feel bad.
I think Glenn's a year older than me, I think. I'm not sure.
Really? Get out of here.
Wait, I'm not sure though.
Glenn is the baby face of all of us. I figured he was like half our
Glenn's
age.
like 6'7".
I never asked
tall. Him. He's like a really big dude. But he's bald and his face is shaven, so he looks really young.
Like an egg.
Oh, he's got a baby face.
Like a big old egg. So, we watched a movie last Friday night. Me and Pat did this thing live on BandLab where we were doing like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 thing. We're like kind of making fun of the movie. We had never seen it, and one of the first scenes in the movie, a flying saucer comes down, and it looks like an egg comes out, but it's a
Yeah.
guy taking off his helmet, and it looks so dumb. And I just started joking. I was like, "We come to Earth and we bring eggs."
I like mine scrambled. Yeah.
We had some clever humor, but it descended into like fart jokes and dick jokes and rape jokes and.
They're the best jokes. So.
Actually, they're good when you pepper them, but they're not good as the main. You need to follow like a kind of happy, zany, absurd thing, and then throw in the rape for like shock. You can't just rape it the whole time, or else.
No, because then you're like, basically
Dumb and Dumber is fun because they're normal until they're crazy, and then they're crazy, and you're like, what the fuck? Normal people don't do that. Like
exactly, man.
Every shock humor is a art in itself.
I love shock.
Me too.
Like artists, like
and some of it's better than others. But like Tom Green,
it's just like doing a song.
Anything with a statement, I like.
Shock songs are hard.
Is like good at doing it, but Tom Green is like kind of bad at doing it because Tom Green is kind of the sledgehammer, crazy.
He's fucking weird.
Yeah, weird. But Borat's the same weird, but because he's so thought about, and Sacha Baron Cohen is such a
well, his ability to change personalities.
It's not based on the comedy.
To stay in character.
Sacha can change like characters. Tom couldn't, and that was his problem.
Yeah,
he was always
he was played.
It was a bad example, but they're kind of doing the same thing, Sacha Baron Cohen is doing like really rude humor, but it's done in a very intelligent way. Where you're the one that's thinking rude, he's actually doing something different. Where Tom Green is doing something similar, but he just hammers it over and he does the same joke over and over.
See, Andrew Dice had that same problem as Tom Green, like not being able to change your persona.
Yeah, Dice
makes your humor eventually
jokes and even Sam Kinison with his yell, it was timed. He didn't throw in the every 5 fucking seconds.
Kinison was like Kinison was like a rock star comedian when it came to
he used that formula where he had his trademark yell and scream with angry dude, but you got to build into it. You just don't steamroll. Then people go, "We seen it. We're out of here. We already seen him do the thing. He did the thing we came for." No, he's talking about some story he's doing, building a story, and at the end, he's raging about his wife. Fuck you, bitch! Oh my god! You're like, that's exactly what it is.
He worked that formula. He worked that formula. Like
and the
an artist.
Character is like that too, where at first you're like, there's this dumb dude from Russia. He's saying really dumb things, but then he's getting into these situations where you're like, what the fuck is going on, man? What the, is it me? No, it is you. He's making you think this because the girl didn't swallow a baby. She swallowed a baby, from a cake. They're thinking she swallowed
in my belly
and fucking she has a baby in her or something. It's bad. Anyways.
Shall we play one final either Cathedral song and then I better call it a day, guys?
Let's do it, man.
It's been, I've had the best night actually.
So I've been dying to hear more. I don't get to hear a lot here because my internet's so bad that I can't get tracks to play. This is how I get to listen to music.
I don't know what you want to hear. One final song. What should we do? What should we do?
You want it to be from here, or do you want it to be from one of the other ones?
I mean, I do like this. I still like, we listened to it earlier, but Eyes from the Van's Black. That's
where did the album title come from?
So Jason already knows the story. I was away on holiday, and I read about this fish that they discovered called the Vantablack because it was literally the darkest fish they'd ever seen. And I just had this image of, because I Googled it, and the fish looks absolutely terrifying and disgusting. Lives in the bottom of the ocean where no one ever goes. And I just had this vision of seeing, like, what if you was down there and saw like this horrible
run
fish.
Into this in a dark valley under the ocean.
You're basically going to have a heart attack and die. And then I just had this imagery, and then I just thought that would make a good album name. So let's chuck some songs together and then just put it under that name, and then make a song of that name, end it with that. So that's
Good,
that.
man.
Yeah, that's an interesting
That would
premise
fit.
to start with.
But yeah.
Name drop.
Got it in there. Got it in there.
Oh, great bring down.
I love a fade out. I feel like fade outs are a thing of the past, but
I know.
no,
And
no,
it
I love a
needs to
fade
come
out, man.
back.
It needs to come back.
Bring it back up.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
That really did have like an under the ocean kind of feel to it too.
Oh, good. I'm glad that came across, man.
Yeah, totally.
There's Ange.
Great
Yeah.
mixture of synth and guitar in that sound.
Thanks,
It-
bud.
It's the like kind of me. I'm like a big Stabbing Westward fan, and
Okay, yeah.
that was the kind of blend that they did.
Ange is back.
Yeah, Ange. Muted.
We're still here, Ange.
You're muted.
She's muted.
I can read your lips.
Yeah.
I can't even see her. I've had so many beers, I can't see her now.
Still don't
Can't
hear
hear-
you.
You're muted.
There it is.
Hey!
Got it.
I'll be back on in about 20 minutes. We're coming home from a tree lighting ceremony and getting
Okay.
nice for the snakes. So
Woo.
be home in like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I probably won't be here, Ange, but it was
Hey.
nice to meet you.
You as well. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
I'll speak to you soon.
Yes,
you will.
thank you for getting Tez in here.
He's
awesome.
Thank you.
I'm finally here.
That's
Okay.
Although, you know, I could maybe find a beer from somewhere.
You said last one. Two
I know,
more.
but you know, there's more than one cupboard in this house, so I'm sure there's something somewhere.
It's what, going on midnight or 1 at your time?
It's 11, so you know, it's still
11? Okay. Wow.
only 11.
5 hours. That's awesome.
It's cool. It's cool. If you guys ever want me, you need to do it on a Friday night, because that's when I'll be here.
Perfect. Yeah.
Any Friday.
Any Friday, just let me know.
Send me a message. Any Friday.
Mhm.
All right, guys. I will
Cool.
see you later.
Okay.
See you in a bit.
Ange.
Bye, Ange.
Bye, Ange. Bye, Ange. She's a good lass, isn't she?
She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone loves her. She's great.
Oh, she's a creative force.
Yeah. Even just like, I remember the first message I had from her, I could just tell instantly that she was just a nice person. Yeah.
She is.
And extremely talented. I finally got to hear
Yeah.
She,
Yeah,
she-
I've heard her songs. They're really
we,
good.
we were
songs,
waiting
really
for a CD player for her computer because she's got like hundreds and hundreds of burned CDs of her music that we've never heard.
good.
Finally started to get some of it last night and
That's cool, man.
hear just how diverse she really is.
No, she's very. I've heard her. Yeah, she's great, man.
Mhm.
Isn't it funny that some kids are like, "What's a CD?"
Yeah.
It's like, how did that happen, man? How did
Oh
that
my
happen?
God. Technology's moving quick, man.
I started with
is.
tapes.
Tapes, but tapes are
Yeah.
coming back. Tapes are coming back.
Yeah.
Not as a way to listen to it, but a way of collecting it. You'll find that lots of bands in their merch bundles for their albums,
Release
they will
it
include
back.
a tape. And
Mhm.
I was in Manchester last month, and I was in a record shop, and they had tapes on display. And do you know what? They were £10 each. So it's,
Yep.
you know, they're making their monies off of just
Yep.
having something to hold, like a beer glass. You know, you put it in the shelf.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, isn't it? Like you would never have thought that when tapes were a way.
I
to
wouldn't be
listen to music.
surprised if you see some studios where they're putting their tracks purposely on tapes just to get some of that natural analog warmth
Yeah.
back that
Yeah.
these plugins don't always do. I mean, they'll simulate tape, but it's still digital simulation.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some engineers out there that are purposely using tape just to bring the warmth back in.
definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Tapes.
I have a whole box of them.
I don't even have a tape cassette.
I do. I just bought one
Yeah,
from
I-
Amazon.
Mine
have it
mine
here,
broke
yeah.
about 12
Oh, you
years
bought one
ago.
on Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, 12 years ago.
Mhm.
It's a little it's like a little Walkman, it looks like, you know, it's like this big. And it has a cable. I can plug it into my computer, or I can rip CDs onto a micro USB card or whatever.
Yeah.
Card. And yeah, it works pretty good. So my plan is to take all my old cassettes of my bands from the 80s and 90s when I was a kid and rip them onto files and share them with my friends online. Show them what it was like.
I
for
wish
me to
I had
learn how to
done
play
that.
guitar, and
Do it, man. Do
it's
it.
hell. I'm sure there's going to be some nightmare stuff on there.
I'm
too.
sure there will be. Yeah.
There's some backyard parties. I remember there's a party where my band played, and I had this little handheld recorder, and I went around to everybody at the party afterwards and was like, "What's up? What do you want to say?" You know, I listened to it. I would break it out on special occasions for years afterwards. At parties, I would turn it on the stereo, and it's just me going around fucking around with people and girls, and it's so great, dude. The
Yeah,
music's
man.
in the background. It's like You listen to it, you are in the 80s. You're in some backyard party hanging out with the fucking metal dudes. Like,
Nice.
Like an
Where
MTV
else? Where else
correspondent.
would you want to be? Yeah.
oh, it's so cool. It is so fucking funny. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm some like my idea is to get all those tapes out of there, but I've been being lazy. So maybe I'll do that this
I
weekend.
wish I had done it before I lost all my tapes. Like
Yeah, I don't
all
wanna.
my 90s and 80s tapes
Mhm.
that I'd recorded music with the band, and
I got a big box, man.
they
Big
all
box.
just disappeared.
It's a shame, man. Such a
Yeah,
shame.
and I never converted them. I wish I'd
Yeah.
had like that little
Yeah, I'm not gonna
box.
make that mistake. I'm going to.
I've got like a few MP3s from many, many, many years ago, being in like a really shitty band. Music's terrible, but it's nice to have like that thing to go back to, and you can see how well you've grown. But it's like a little time capsule. So I feel for you, man, about your tapes from the 90s. It's a shame you can't get them back.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Hey?
What are you gonna do, Tony? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna re-record them.
Yeah, just re-record, man. Just
Fortunately,
re-record.
I have not forgotten my riffs.
I've done that.
I just have to practice.
Always remember the
back in
riffs.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm still trying to finish a song from like 22 years ago. That I know the parts, and I just have to re-record.
It'll happen.
Yeah, man.
Keep up. You know.
Good luck.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Make it happen, Tony.
Well, when I got this keyboard, I decided I wanted to redo every one of my songs. Like, this keyboard was the one I waited my whole life for, with the sounds that I always wanted, and said, if I had these sounds, I'm ready to make my album. And I've had it now for 10 years.
Time's ticking, Tony. Get on with it.
Yeah, well, I actually just jumped on BandLab like 2.5 years ago.
Oh, so you're not that old either. It's the same with me and Jay.
I took a big 8-year hiatus to go play poker and earn a living.
Started a lot of us.
And then after I was done with all that, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do with the rest of my life? And I looked over and I got this keyboard. Time to get busy.
Making music, buddy.
Yeah, man. That's how I felt. Like, as soon as I discovered a way to post something I made and get feedback easily, I was like, yeah, I'm really, I'm confident about doing this now. And
well, you're great at what you do, and like the mixes sound awesome. The words are creative as hell. The singing is incredible.
Thank you, man. That means so much.
Well, it really is the like highlight of the music. Like, your vocals are up there where they're supposed to be. They sound fantastic. Creative melody. You're taking a different approach than everybody else, and gives you your own flavor.
It shows,
I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
That's why I started listening to, because you're unique. You stand out from the other people. You know, you can tell you take your time.
When they started showing me your work a couple of months ago,
it's important to me. You know,
you were the one that, like, I was telling Ange, like, you gotta get this guy on. Ange had hers, Our Dead Opera, for like the last year. She was like, I really want to get him on, and we just finally got him on in the last couple of months. And she was trying for like the last year. And when I first heard your stuff, like end of August, September-ish, and I was like, oh, gotta find out what this guy's doing. This shit is killer.
I really appreciate that. That's amazing. And you help so many people just have a chance to be promoted in some sort of way. So thank you. That's awesome.
But this is the kind of music and the artists that really BandLab should be paying attention to, finding inspiration from. The approach you take and the sound that you're getting is something that a lot of these artists can learn a lot from. This is how you sound like a pro these days in 2021 without having to go into a studio
pay for it.
To do it.
It's crazy, isn't it? Like, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You get what you put into it, though. I mean, you pay in
Yeah, you
time
do.
and you pay in, your
Yeah,
blood, sweat, and tears. That's more than money sometimes,
exactly, man. Exactly.
Mhm.
And you get paid back in beautiful sound.
Yeah.
Like,
And new friends as well.
that music is payback.
And you get to
Yeah,
free your
exactly.
soul from the pain of that music.
Yeah.
True, man. That fucking shit is real.
Joe, you skinning up. Is that why we can't see you?
No, I have to smoke off camera sometimes because
It's for the kids. It's for the children.
Yeah, the house starts getting smoky.
Bad influence. Hey, they make
So
me
I'm
go
like,
outside.
yeah, I gotta. No biggie. No biggie.
I've
I'm
thought
not
about
doing
going to
that
the.
other thing that you thought of I was doing. That's later.
I've thought about going to the vapes just so that I can
Oh,
smoke.
yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
do vapes, Tony.
The problem with
Yeah.
vapes is it never runs out. Well, it does run out with
Yeah.
battery, but when you have a cigarette, obviously it dies,
Yeah.
so you check it away.
You have a
With the
start
vape-
and an end. Yeah.
Yeah, I met
Burn
one of my
through 'em.
best friends last weekend at the pub. We sat outside in the garden, and because he was able to vape
The whole
outside in
time.
the garden, I was literally like this the whole night. A bit like how it was tonight, actually.
Yeah.
It's just like this.
Yep.
See,
You'll
that's
go
what
through
I
it,
would do too.
That's the downfall to them.
Battery's
I mean,
dead. You're like,
When
And
I
the
could,
battery's
when I could.
When the
smoke
battery's
inside-
dead, you're like, has anyone got a cigarette? Yeah.
yep, yeah, that's a real thing. That happens. That's the problem for me. Like, if I want to cut down or whatever, don't want to, it's right there in my pocket. It's not. I can just pull it out anytime, and I can be inside someone's house and do it, where I can't light up a cigarette. So, in a way, it's leading to me smoking even more. In the kind of is, because I'm gonna smoke the cigarette still. That's my thing. I'm not gonna be. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie to
exactly.
myself.
I'm gonna smoke something, no
Yeah.
matter what.
I'm gonna fucking smoke something. Yeah,
I need
exactly.
to die. I need to kill myself somehow, guys. Come on.
I mean, no, we're dying slowly anyway.
I've always suspected.
At least I know.
I've
how,
always
right?
suspected if I stopped,
Yeah, exactly.
my body would go into shock if I ever
Going
stopped,
there,
like smoking
I'm a
or
good
drinking. My body would be like, "Whoa,
Yeah. Be like cold turkey. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I definitely couldn't do cold
Jeez.
turkey."
Get the detox
Right.
really
No
bad.
way. No way.
All right. Good day, my friends. It's time to wake up.
It's so funny the time difference between you guys and me. It's like
Okay, well, you're in the
days just
future.
begun. Yeah. I am. I live in the future. It's
You
crazy.
do.
Well, it's even crazier when we talk to people from like Australia.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! But that's weird.
It's like an 11-hour difference.
Yeah. What time do you have to
Tomorrow.
get up for that?
Tomorrow.
Or is it so late that it's fine?
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
We did the
In
middle
about
Monday.
20 minutes, actually. Yeah.
It was 6 p.m. for me here, and it was like 5 a.m. for one of the guys in Australia. And he stayed on the whole time, and then he stayed for
Oh,
3 or
Steve.
4 hours afterwards. Yeah, Steven.
Yeah.
Dude, crazy diehard, like, cool dude. Like, man, get
Oh
up
yeah,
at 5
Steve's
o'clock on a Monday. You're stupid.
You're fucking stupid, man.
Record it or watch it later.
Oh, Ange is coming. I'll say a quick bye to Ange, and then I better
All right.
get off. It's been like 4 hours, but I've had the best night. It's been
Hell
so,
yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, yeah,
anytime.
I'm glad I.
it's been so
I'm
fun
glad I
talking
managed
to
to
you
get it.
guys.
Yeah,
You know,
come
like I
on
speak
out.
to you online, and it's brilliant.
a
I love
room.
it. I absolutely love it. It's
I have a
great.
room in here. Usually, if there's something going on, I'll go in that room and hang out. And
Yeah.
usually, it's pretty quiet. We can talk or whatever. You
Yeah.
can come on anytime you want, dude. Feel
Yeah,
free.
just give me a message.
Yeah.
Obviously, the time difference makes it a bit.
Yeah. But I'm
Um,
usually on, and I get up in the morning.
Right.
For me, about 10 or 11, I come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
if you-
Afternoon for you,
send me a
usually.
message, man.
I will.
If you want to bounce some creative ideas or some of those MIDI tricks
Yeah.
and things like that,
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah, I tell you, I'll send them to you straight after this because I know I forget. I've had a few beers now, but I'll do it straight after this, and I'll send them over. And then if you maybe replicate them and send them back, and then we'll sort it out from there.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
put
yeah.
together a couple of layers and see
Yeah.
see if you like what it sounds like.
Cool, man. we'll do that.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Anyway, guys, I'm going to say goodbye to you, lovely people. But that was a good way to end it.
It was.
Happy ending.
Happy
That
ending.
guy off the street.
Happy ending.
But
But yeah,
fantastic
thanks
to finally
for
get to
having
meet
me, guys. You guys are
Thank you for
awesome.
coming,
Absolutely.
man.
Come back, visit us anytime.
Absolutely, I've had the best time. You should
It's
see
the
the amount
same
of
like-
beer bottles. It's so many. I'm going to count them now, just for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 beer bottles.
That's a good night, man.
Can I get a round of applause?
Hell yeah.
next time we get a keg.
Yes, keg
Yeah.
next time. But thank you for like having people like me on to
Oh, thank you for
listen
coming.
to our songs.
Thank you for
Honestly, it means the
sharing.
world to us because we're underground, but it doesn't mean we're unheard. So I love you guys. Thank you. Mwah.
We love
Love
you.
you.
Thank you.
You have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a
Awesome
good
to
night,
meet you,
guys. And you
Taz.
guys.
See you again, Taz.
Love you. Bye. Bye.
Good night. No, you're trapped here. Ah, you're trapped here forever.